and that's your problem.
Dude,
that's your problem. You can't justify that an apple exists if you zoom out to space. That's your problem.
Oh my god!
No, he can justify that an apple exists. Like the thing is, we're not saying that atheists can't use reason or use logic. What we're saying is that they can't explain.
This motherfucker is. That's exactly his entire argument.
I know. He's not quite getting it, but Curt also keeps saying that he keeps like asserting that atheists can have knowledge, and yes, we're not denying that. We're just saying that.
No.
We're just saying that. Hold on. We're just saying that.
What he said. Just saying.
No, Curt was saying.
He said.
Curt was saying that atheists can have knowledge, therefore this argument fails. But we're not saying that atheists can't use logic. We're saying that they can't explain logic. They can't explain its fundamental basis.
The debate was about justification for the knowledge.
That's
epistemology.
Justification.
You guys are just wrong.
They have
Have you ever determined you're so wrong that you're just you're so wrong that what is it?
Please,
so wrong that
please,
you're not even wrong.
Man. Please listen.
You're just
if you can't hold on, dude.
Well, you think a tree is a social construct, dude.
Wait.
Yes, words are a social construct. Words are a social construct.
Yeah, you think a tree is a social construct, dude.
We're talking about the
Is a tree identical to a word?
No, they're not. That's
okay. So we're not talking about the word. We're talking about the referent the word picks out.
No, we're talking about the justification for the knowledge of the word. That's what the debate was about. And you guys
does that include the referent the word picks out?
Hello. So listen, the debate was about the justification of the knowledge. It wasn't about the exist. Oh my God! Shut up.
You have no justification. That's why you're triggered right now, kid.
Shut up.
Get
I'm not
good.
triggered. I want to finish what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you are.
I just want to finish. So listen, this whole debate was about the justification of the knowledge, not the existence of the thing. And you guys, and this guy, I can't read your name.
Does the thing have to exist to have knowledge of it?
I had fucking 10 words left, man. 10 fucking words left. You kept committing a reification fallacy and talking about the existence of the thing, and that's not what the debate was about. That's why you lost the debate.
No, that is what the debate is about, actually. But
no, it wasn't. It was about the justification of the knowledge.
Yeah, can you have knowledge of a thing if it doesn't exist?
Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
What? Are you? Can you traverse parallel universe?
Sometimes.
Are you a parallel universe time traveling, dimensional traveling?
I'll explain if you listen.
How do you have this knowledge?
I'll explain if you listen. Listen to me. Listen. Sometimes evidence is ambiguous, and you can't tell exactly which one is correct. Like we don't know whether or not it's the Copenhagen, Bohm, or Everett interpretations of quantum mechanics. They all make the same predictions. So it's ambiguous. We don't know which one it is, but we have justification for all of them.
No, you don't. Even Curt admitted that you don't. Even Curt admitted you don't have justification for the regularity, which is the necessary precondition for knowledge.
No, dude, that has nothing to do with quantum fields.
Thank you for the milestone chat. That sounds right. He says, "Good job, Curt. Your knowledge never ceases to justify. Greatly appreciate it."
Shout out to you, Curt, as a person.
That's awesome, Doom Based. You're not. You haven't been a member as long as Curt, but you're getting there.
DC, how do you justify your knowledge?
We use epistemology for that. We use testing and the scientific method, and we use logic.
Well, no, how do you test the apple? How do you test the apple?
Only understand one person at a time. You guys talking over each other doesn't make any. I can't hear either.
Also, mutes and kicks are enabled. However, Eli and Curt are still immune.
Test the trees. Tell us how to test the trees.
I have been immune for a very long time.
How do you justify knowledge, DC?
Epistemology. We use scientific method, logic, math.
That is the dumbest statement you could possibly say. He's asking what your epistemic justification is. You can't just say
scientific
epistemology.
Method, logic, math, testing.
Okay.
Those
So
are the
you're
things
using
that we use for epistemology.
Okay. So you're using logic. You're using induction. You're using sense perception.
I'm not using induction. I'm not using induction. I don't use induction. I don't like it.
Really?
You don't use induction to notice that a tree's
What?
there? You don't use that?
I
You
just
don't
use
use
what I can
induction?
observe. I just go with what I can observe.
Yeah,
That's not
observation
abduction,
is
it's induction.
induction, dude.
If I can see it or demonstrate it or detect it, that's what I believe in.
That's induction. That's induction.
Yeah,
No,
wait,
it's
you
not.
don't rely
Yes,
on
it is.
predictions or probability?
No, I just go with what I see. Like when I see a galaxy smeared across a picture in
Wait.
Okay.
hello.
What?
Okay.
I'm not done yet.
I got it.
What are
I'm
you
not
saying,
done yet.
dude?
I mean, I'm not
DC,
done yet.
DC.
I mean, I'm
Oh,
not
no,
done
I
yet.
got it, bro.
I mean, I'm not done yet. I mean, I'm not
Okay.
done yet.
Okay, explain.
So when I see a galaxy smeared across a picture of like the universe, and I know that the math in general relativity says that if there's a large amount of mass, it's going to cause gravitational lensing, then I know that that galaxy has the light from that galaxy has experienced gravitational lensing. And none of it is induction. I'm almost done. None of it is induction. It's all based on math and observation.
We have the observational universe, right? The observational universe.
Zil, please.
It's an observation.
That's induction, but anyway, leaving that aside, those
observations
methods,
are objective.
Okay. Those methods, no, they're not. But those methods.
Yes, observations are objective.
Observations are not objective; they're subjective. But anyway, we'll leave that aside.
I'm not even going to speak with you anymore. I'm not even going to speak with you anymore.
That's crazy.
Because you have a fundamental misunderstanding of the universe.
Observations are objective is crazy, though. That is crazy.
You're not worth speaking to because you have a fundamental misunderstanding of the universe.
You just have
no. That's crazy.
Anyway, my question was, DC, those standards that you're using to gather that knowledge, right? Are they objective or are they just human convention? Can you tell me that? The standards you use to observe things and gather your knowledge, right? Are they objective standards or are they human convention?
Are they social constructs?
He's not going to answer me. Now he thinks he's too smart for me. Curt, can you answer that question?
I'm not exactly sure what Donald's position is, but I would say that it's exactly the mechanism that I just described in my closing. We have belief. We test that belief against experience and our ideas about that structure. And if it matches, then we go forward with the belief provisionally. And if it doesn't match, then we update and change our beliefs.
Okay. So that method that you just described, right? Is that something that is objective or is it something that's a human convention?
Oh, I don't think it's human. I think it probably goes far, far further back than humans.
Right. So is it universal?
I'm sure a honeybee does the same thing.
So is it objective? This way of gathering knowledge?
I don't know what you mean by objective, but certainly
is it mind independent?
The things that are causing the updating of the beliefs exist separate from the minds.
So it's mind independent?
The things that cause the mind to update its beliefs exist separate from the mind.
So that's the environment.
No. I'm talking about the method. I'm talking about the method. The method you use to gather that knowledge about the reference, the things in the real world. You're gathering your knowledge. The methods you use that you described just now, right? Are they objective methods or are they just like human convention?
Hold on. Let me just
They're
point
not
out,
human convention because they predate humanity by hundreds of millions of years.
But
okay. So are they animal dependent?
TBS, but you're doing something strange here. You asked someone to describe their epistemology and then was like, well, is that a human convention? All epistemologies would be human conventions, even a presuppositional epistemology.
No, not if it's revealed to you by God. That's your
even then, your decision or your position was done to you, the human, right? So yeah. It would still be. So just want to point that out. Like you're asking Curt something that's strange.
No, I'm asking you like, okay, when you use certain like rules of inference and things like that to understand the universe, right? The world around you, the natural world. Those rules of inference, are they objective or are they just something that humans came up with or what's up with that?
I don't know how many times I have to explain to you that humans did not develop them. They existed for many, many, many hundreds of millions of years.
When did they
before
come about?
there
When did they
was
come about? When did they come about?
When you get brains that can update information, pay attention, have an awareness field, and be responsive.
So aren't we machines then?
So
aren't we just machines in your worldview?
Wait. Are they entirely dependent on brains, or are they part of the metaphysical reality? Like just rules of inference, ways that we understand the world
in virtue of brains.
Wow. Okay.
Well, they have to, right? That's what you're talking about. That's what you.
Can you give me an example that's a documented case of a rule of inference that's not in a brain?
No, I'm saying that those rules would work whether the brains were there or not. They would work. That's how the universe works.
No, they presuppose mobility and the ability to assign salience to perceptions.
Frank, thank you for the super chat. He says, I just have a couple bang questions for Curt.
Real quick. Well, so are you saying in a world with no
so
humans?
Are you saying you want to bang Curt?
No, I'm not saying that. I just want to ask him a couple of real quick questions. So,
I'm sorry, misunderstood what you were saying there. My bad.
I had to pull my way in somehow.
The freak asked me to bang in questions.
So, I'm assuming that you in your medical career went through the whole residential thing, the whole, gamut of 8 years or whatever is required. Yeah. Right. And so in all of that time and in the medical profession, as an undergrad, you've never seen a medical miracle or a miracle of any kind?
Dude, why? Why, dude? Solely separate.
I don't know if you know who you're talking to.
Of course he never saw that.
Anything that I believed was miraculous, no.
He's never going to admit that, bro. Anyway.
Have your colleagues ever claimed anything?
Miraculous. Wait. TBS, you're misunderstanding the circumstance. When I started, I believed in all that shit, and I believed in miracles.
No, I don't.
I never saw one.
Curt, have any of your colleagues claimed any such?
Dude,
not
please,
that I'm aware of.
Why are you guys getting away from the point here?
Okay, I was just curious.
Oh, this is a legitimate question just out of my curiosity, because I see this as an atheist meme all the time. But have you ever done something to dramatically change or save a patient's life, and then the patients are Christian or something, and they go, "Oh, thank God," and you're just like, "Womp womp." What am I, chopped liver? Have you ever experienced that meme IRL?
No. What
does it offend you?
If a patient is happy that they're better, I'm just happy they're better.
Heck yeah. I was just curious.
I don't think I hope that is not someone who does medical care who's putting that shit out there. Anybody who's giving medical care who changes what they do on the basis of the religious beliefs of their patients is an asshole.
I appreciate that about you, Curt. That's good, man.
In a world without minds, right? Would contradictions be possible?
No, they would not be possible for contradictions to exist because contradictions are a construct in minds.
Wow, dude. Come on, man. I'm talking about could a star both exist and not exist at the same time if there weren't minds?
If you're talking, wait. Now you're saying something very different. No, a star couldn't exist and not exist, but there would be nothing there to describe it as a contradiction one direction or the other.
We're not talking about the description of the contradiction. We're talking about the fact that contradictions are impossible.
I've already said many times, the reality that exists separate from our knowledge of it is a reality. It's just not a reality that has descriptions of it until there are minds. Therefore, there's no knowledge and no laws of logic that apply.
Right, so you can't discount the spiritual world.
Those as laws of logic.
So you can't discount the spiritual realm then.
Exist prior to there being minds. There are regularities, and those regularities still persist whether there are minds or not.
Yes. Okay. So that's what we're saying. There's these laws that exist whether there's minds or not.
No, they're not laws. They're not legislated. They're observed.
No, we're not saying, dude. We're not talking about legislated laws. Obviously, there's different kinds of laws. Laws of physics are not legislated, but there's laws. There's law-like relations in the
There's
universe, in
observed
reality.
regularity.
Well,
Dude.
wait.
It's observed regularity.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Whether
And
it's
that's what
observed
my
or
whole
not.
argument is addressing is the regularity that actually exists outside of human minds.
Right.
Yes.
So, Curt, you say localized regularity, right? And I was wondering, do you think that's emergent from the circumstances of the location? Does that create the localized?
Have you guys read Three Body Problem?
I've heard a talk on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got the bump.
You should
know,
read the books. They're really good books.
You got the.
And they're going to
They're fun.
introduce you to some concepts
That doesn't.
that would suggest
Well, how does
to
that
you
answer this
that
question,
there's
though?
perfectly possible circumstances whereby what we consider to be completely regular normative experiences that are universal might appear to us to not be the case, even though there still was like some structure underneath what was going on.
So
Three-body problem is a
undiscovered
great
physics and
intuition
That doesn't. That's
or
irrelevant.
universal immaterial minds. It's a great
So hold
way
on.
to understand that.
Well, hold on.
Would you-
Dude,
I want to bring
irrelevant.
this back to from the beginning of the debate when he was talking about being able to make distinctions between objects, that he was essentially saying that distinctions is relative and mind dependent, that once you
Yeah,
start
there are
zooming
levels of
in at the
analysis.
molecular
That's
level.
correct.
Yeah. So do you think that distinctions between objects is mind dependent?
The determination to call something an object happens in a mind. I don't know how that else works.
Yeah,
But here's the
dude,
problem with what you're saying is that if objects are only distinct if a mind calls
No, I
them
never
distinct.
said that. I said the determination to call something an object happens in a mind. The existence exists out there, right? There's the noumenon and the phenomenon. We have the
Right.
phenomenon. We use language to describe the phenomenon. The noumenon is out there. We just don't
Okay.
directly apprehend
So a
it.
bear does
We
fart in the
apprehend it
woods.
mediatively.
What makes objects distinct in a mind independent way?
Again, if you're talking about the existence of objects separate from us, they don't necessarily have distinct identity necessarily. Again, for
So-
organisms, obviously there's the body not body like dichotomy, which again at the local scale, really, really small is fuzzy, right? The oxygen that you're breathing that's keeping you alive right now is both part of your body and not part of your body.
Well, again, so this is it's what I'm trying to ask here. You say that distinctions are not mind dependent, right? That's what you said first.
When we describe something, we create linguistic categories that are constrained, right? We can't just make shit up. It has to interact with the perceptions that people have and the shared like social constructions and requirements of embodied cognition. But we do to some degree arbitrarily slice things off, right? It's easy to imagine a culture where both dogs and cats existed and they were called pet 1 and pet 2, or very similar words.
They exist
This isn't about the
independently.
nominal
Even though they
notion.
were different.
This isn't
right?
about the nominal notion like the linguistic name. I'm talking
Right, I'm
about
getting
no
that.
humans
So-
around. What makes
so
a rock
we have
distinct from an
words-
apple?
We have words that describe our mental categories. And so if we make a mental category and it's salient to us, we give it a word. But there's cultures where blue and green are the same word.
So
But it exists
categorization
in
between
the
objects
category.
is
Does that
So-
mean in those cultures blue and green are the same? No.
this
We
is
know the
monism.
spectrum of light coming from blue and green.
But doesn't it
is different
exist
in those cultures.
ontologically
They don't
independently of our
interpret
minds?
them because it's not salient. And Zill, you really have to learn to wait your turn.
Well, I don't
Are-
get a turn sometimes, Curt.
Are apples ontologically distinct from rocks, regardless if humans never existed?
Yeah, if humans never existed, apples would still exist separately because other organisms enjoy apples.
Well, no. It's not
so
about
there's that
other
again.
organisms.
Apples
dude.
exist because there are other organisms, Eli. If there were no other organisms, there wouldn't be any apples.
Dude. Okay, let me.
We're not talking about that.
Let's say one rock and another rock. Okay, are those two distinct, separate objects, even if there's no humans around?
Yeah, they're separate in the sense that they don't have contiguous identity at that level of analysis to a hypothetical observer, right?
But wait,
they have existence regardless of analysis.
You still have to postulate. Wait, Zill, wait your fucking turn. You still have to postulate.
I never get a turn, man. I never get a turn. So here's my hand.
Know of the distinction when you're making your thought experiment, right? So when you say, do they have separate ontology? Then you're saying there's no observer there, but you imagine observer to say there's a separate ontology. So yes, they have a separate ontology if you put a hypothetical observer in there. But if there is no hypothetical observer and no observer, in what sense do they have separate ontology? They're rocks.
You said rocks with the plural, so that you're
implying they exist independently
of give a fuck about another rock? No, rocks don't give fuck.
We're not talking about that.
Hey, TBS, let me talk. Curt, does the rock and the apple exist independently of human taxonomies?
For Christ's sake, how many times do I have to explain this to you?
Establish the ontological
outside the organism
of the rock versus the apple.
Stop talking!
I never
you have a conversation.
A small thing, Curt.
Let them answer your shit.
Brother, come on now. Gather yourself, Curt.
If you want to let me answer your fucking question, stop talking. The noumenon has separate existence as far as we can tell. We have every reason to believe the noumenon has separate existence. We just don't apprehend it directly, and our perception is guided by salience factors in the limbic system and the visual processing cortex and the auditory cortex. And that's the case for as far as we can tell all vertebrate brains.
You're just red herring this whole thing, dude. We're not talking about
No, it's not a red herring. It's literally how it works, TBS.
No. We're talking
you have no idea what you're talking about.
We're talking about the fact that
you have no idea what you're talking about.
You even admitted that the two rocks are separate.
The objects are separate,
right? So they're separate objects.
Well, you asked about the objects, but but we're talking about the knowledge.
Wait! Before we get there, we're not getting there yet.
Am I wrong?
Hold on, dude. We're just talking about the fact that the two objects are different, distinct objects without any mind to make that distinction.
This is a reification fallacy.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
The fact that you're saying they're
define reification fallacy for me.
You're introducing a mind. You're introducing a hypothetical mind.
You kind of have
to. It's just atoms in the void. Absent of mind, it's atoms in the void. That there's no categorization taking place.
Yes, that's exactly
because there is no category.
No, but you would still admit
categories are imaginary. So listen, TBS.
Oh man, this is brutal. This is brutal.
Hold on.
No, 1 second. Listen. Oh my God. Preacher preaching. I hate preaching.
I just want to respond to Curt.
I hate preaching.
No. The freak had one more question. Can we get back to
I hate Spargans.
Dude, you are a piece of shit for using that slur, you motherfucking asshole. Don't use that slur on this channel. Taco has $100 bounty on people who slur on this channel. That's a fucking slur. You're a dick. You're a fucking dick. You're a fucking dick. You're a fucking dick.
How can you just?
Thank you. The freak. Do you have one other question?
Fuck you for using that slur, you piece of shit fuck face. All over YouTube, hundreds or thousands of people are going to see you acting like a fucking idiot, using slurs to fucking insult people, you piece of shit fuck face. Fuck off.
Donald, can I hear DeFreak's question now?
Is my
yeah, Curt, that was all the questions I had actually, so I can think of one though, and I'll chime in.
No, if you don't have any other questions, that's fine. You said you had 2 questions, and I only heard 1.
Well, I just was, making sure that your medical. I just wanted to establish that was kind of a question, I guess, but that was all I had really. So I got to say, I just got to say that, I find it really. I mean, the odds to me seem really. I believe you what you say, but it just seems like if God would have revealed himself, he probably would have revealed himself to you in that way, because it's just very. I don't know. It just surprises me that you've never seen a miracle.
I've never seen a miracle, And not only that, none of the other doctors that I know have ever described to me anything that they thought was a miracle, even though the majority of the doctors that I know are religious.
Interesting.
Well, even
Thanks, Curt.
what's his name, Dawkins, said that if God shouted from the heavens, he still wouldn't believe. So I think that these kind of arguments
Dawkins
about
is a
miracles
Christian, so
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Or who's that?
No,
He's talking about
Dawkins
Dawkins is like
not
a
Christian.
cultural Christian. He's a cultural Christian.
No, I'm talking or Richard Dawkins. I'm sorry, not
Yeah, he's a cultural Christian. Correct.
He is a cultural Christian.
Richard Dawkins, the famous atheist, is a cult. What are you talking about?
He named it himself, Eli. He's converting.
He's converted
Oh, he's
to cultural
converted.
Christianity or whatever. He considers Christianity to be useful for cultural
Dude,
investment.
okay, that's
Yeah,
great. I
he's a
didn't
white
hear that
nationalist,
news. I thought he
actually.
was like the model atheist guy.
No, you can have him, Eli. Absolutely,
hold on,
fuck
hold on.
that guy.
Kurt,
No,
I just want to pin you down on this thing. What you keep saying is that the two rocks are different objects without a mind, but then you turn around and say that you were hypothetically imposing a mind onto the.
You're imposing a hypothetical observer when you say two rocks, TBS.
Yeah, but
Rocks
even you
don't have
admitted.
minds.
No, wait. No, we asked you.
There is no
Hold
knower there to know about the rocks.
Yes,
the
but the
rocks
thing is,
have the
wait.
spatial characteristics that an observer now uses the word rock to describe.
Okay. I get that. I get that you believe that. Hold on, Joe.
Between a grain of sand and a rock, TBS. What's the ontological difference between a grain of sand and a rock?
Observer?
They're different. They're different ontologically.
What is the
clearly,
ontological difference between a grain of sand and a rock?
One is a grain of sand. The other is a rock. That's the
Yes.
ontological
How do they differ?
One is size and the fact that they're different.
Size. Exactly. Size is what determines the difference. So who's there to say that something is the size that is a rock and not a grain of sand? I get no mind.
No, but here's the thing. You keep saying that. Wait, Zil. Zil. Hold on a second, Zil. You keep saying that, Kurt, but the original question was, are these two rocks different objects but without a mind there? Right? You say yes. Then you come and say this thing about without a mind, they're not, right? So you're kind of just contradicting yourself, That's what I'm saying.
The matter and the structure of the matter is identical in all cases. The question is whether they're describable as rocks.
What? How are they?
The matter of rice and a rock is the same in all cases?
No, the matter that exists, if you're saying you remove all the minds from the universe, the matter still exists, the matter is still there. All the hypothetical words that people would use to describe those categories, were they there to see that, would still apply if there was someone there to have those words in a head, but there isn't. So they don't have the kind of existence that we would label with that in that circumstance because there's no mind. But the structure of the material remains identical in all cases.
Objects ontology, dude.
But what
objects in and of themselves don't have ontology. Ontology, like saying something exists is to carve out reality. Yes.
Kurt, what makes me different?
That's a huge point.
I wish you'd said that in the debate. Damn.
I told you at the beginning of the debate, grammar is not ontology.
Yeah, he did say
yeah,
that.
It's not, but objects have ontology regardless of grammar.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you didn't know that.
Objects only have analyzability because of grammar.
What? You're committing a reification fallacy again. It's like your one-shot thing.
You can't describe something as existing until you have a word for it, Eli.
No, you can't describe something as existing unless it exists, dude.
But what we do with it is
you know what?
Have you had a chemistry class? Have you had a chemistry class, Eli?
Holy crap, I'm clipping that.
I would strongly recommend you take a chemistry class and a physics class because it will
strongly recommend
a lot of
you look up the word ontology.
Get a high school chemistry book.
High school chemistry book.
No, when you say
I've
no
got one on my
ontology,
shelf. You want me to mail
when
it to
you
you?
say,
Things.
Kurt, when you say
I'll
they
give you
don't,
my high school chemistry book. You will learn
Kurt,
so
when you
much.
say they don't have an ontology at all without minds, that's different than saying, "Oh, we couldn't know them to be
Ontology
objects."
is a category of language and philosophy.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's
tries
a
to
metaphysical.
distinguish between things that have one type of existence and things that have a different kind of analyzability that may or may not be
existent. For 1 sec.
Toronto Bible Study. Do we have a word for Darth Vader?
Hold on, Kurt.
Can I ask? I just need to ask him one question,
talking
TBS. I just need to ask you one question. Please let me ask you one question, TBS.
Hold on. You're talking about epistemic.
Hold on, but I want to ask you this question.
Okay, you're talking about epistemic semantic categories. We're talking about ontological categories, which are metaphysical. We're not talking about like.
Hey, let me go.
What is the metaphysical status of Darth Vader and the Force?
So TBS, listen.
I don't know.
I just need to ask you. TBS, listen to
me.
me.
So you agree we can have words that describe something that we don't understand fully the ontological status of them, right?
Yes. So that's not the same thing.
But if our grammar gives it its ontological status, we don't need to understand it. We can just grammar it into existence.
Wild that you're just speaking. It's a category error. I'm sorry to say it.
TBS,
I know you hate
you're the one doing the category here.
Because you're talking about epistemic.
That's a category.
You're talking about epistemic.
Okay, can I ask her a few questions? Because this is the most craziest shit I've ever heard in my life.
To the actual reality of the world.
Listen,
okay,
do you mean the objects wouldn't even exist?
Let me go for one.
There were no minds?
Holy fuck, TBS! I never once said they wouldn't exist.
So then,
yes, you did. You literally did say that, Kurt.
You never said that. You never
You literally said that.
The material exists separate from linguistics.
Bonkers.
So ontology is obviously separate from linguistics. Ontology,
bro.
It's not. You're saying there's no ontology without a mind.
Listen.
Ontology is the study of something's existence.
Physical realities exist, whether there are words or not.
All right. If you guys can't figure out how to go one at a time, we're going to do a talking stick. So either figure it out or we're doing a talking stick.
I would
we'll
like
do
to
another
ask one
attempt,
question.
though.
I just want to ask Kurt a few, then you can go. I just want to run a quick.
I just want to ask you one question, man. Just one quick question. You can answer it in just like 10 seconds, please.
One
So,
question.
TBS, what does the suffix ology stand for?
Ology, it's like the logos or the word or the reason thing or something like that. I don't know.
No, it's the study of. Ology means the study of.
But it does come from logos.
Well,
okay, listen. Oh my God, you guys suck at this. Ontology. Ology is the study of a thing.
Right. No, that's the thing. See, ontology doesn't really fit into that.
Okay, Donald.
Okay, Donald. Ontology is not like that, actually.
No. Let me get in here. This is getting so fucking ridiculous. I can't stand it. It's the study of what? Existence. Okay.
No, the being of things. It's the being of things.
Yeah, the being of things, the existence of something, of course.
No, being and existence are different things.
Okay, what's the difference?
The difference is like something existing is physical. The being is like metaphysics. It's like the description of, not the actual existence of.
Okay, but it's not always about the
theology, philology. These are something to be suffixology, which means we have words for these.
Right, but here's the thing: words. So when you talk about the ontological status of something, it's the way in which it exists. Okay,
ology
is not determined by grammar.
That's so simplistic. You don't understand.
It's not simplistic.
Kurt said that you can't. Objects don't have ontology without grammar.
Ontology is a language that we use to describe the being of something.
Dude, you guys are confusing linguistics and the reference that they pick out. This is insane.
Use your words.
Yeah, you can't use words if there's no referent.
I know.
What
there
it's
has
picking
to be,
out.
But those references
are
physical, socially constructed, and partially arbitrary.
Physical is different from ology.
So the grammar.
Partially point of moderation. Is there a referent for Darth Vader?
Yes.
There are books.
It's like
a concept.
They got a book.
Has ontology as a thought.
Ology as a thought. These things are subjective. These things are imaginary in your brain only.
Donald, stop. I'm about to remove you, dude. Stop over talking and being insane, dude. Nobody on Fire says the technicalities in what Curt is saying to you are flying completely over your heads. Eli and TBS, please tell me your favorite book on metaphysics.
Jay Dyer's Esoteric Hollywood 1, 2, and 3. No, I'm fine.
Oh, you almost got me there.
I'm not being insane.
A long time ago.
I'm not being insane.
As for me, I'm very a lay person in this. I'm just a hobbyist in quantum physics and science and theology and these things.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you need to have a referent to have grammar.
Yeah,
so
we have to,
the grammar does not produce the referent.
That's
so
true.
The ontology that's being described is not produced from the grammar. To say that objects don't have ontology without grammar is the most retarded shit I've ever heard in my life.
No, I don't think you
do not use that motherfucking slur, you piece of shit. Do not use that motherfucking slur, you piece of shit. Motherfucker, you're an asshole, you dumbass motherfucker. Do not use ableist slurs, you piece of shit.
I'll do whatever I want, you fucking retard.
Fuck off. Fuck you.
All right. That is your allocation of that word tonight. Let's not use that word. Although, Donald, let's also please stop being insane.
I'm not being insane. He's an asshole.
Overuse of that word does make channels get less prioritized, which means fewer viewers. So
for that, I'll stop. But I don't know. I'll stop for that sake.
Twice, like a fucking asshole.
I will call it to you every day, 100 times a day for the rest of my life.
I don't think he's gonna be able to do it.
But what Eli is saying is true, that the ontology is different than the word we use to describe it. Like the ontology is its existence itself. Without any words, it would still have an ontology.
Words would not have meaning without an a reality that the words are referring to. So this divorcing and saying that ontology only exists through grammar is ridiculous. The grammar is describing a thing in the external world. Yeah, this is where it's just, this is like totally insane to say objects don't have ontology without grammar. Like,
no, grammar carved up things that are salient to us in the external world, Eli.
Yeah, but whether we even existed or not, those things would still exist.
Like,
and have
by that premise, then
and Eli, if you keep using these slurs, the audience is going to make me remove your protection so they can pay you. So let's just avoid using that type of language.
And I might have to go pretty soon too, but I apologize. But you know, he's baiting me with the hysterics. I love them. He doesn't understand that those hysterics fuel me. So
I disavow both.
Anyway, so like I was saying, if you have that premise that ontology is a product of grammar, then if you're having any reference to the state of affairs in a world before human beings, like you're saying that state of affairs is non-existent without grammar. I mean, this is the disconnect that was going on.
No, I have never once said the state of affairs is non-existent. Not one person can point to me ever saying that.
No, well,
Let me clarify. Is ontology a study of the state of affairs of a thing?
No, it's a study of the description of the state of affairs.
You're studying the description. You're not studying the state of affairs.
Exists the description.
Wait, how do you study? Wait. So wait.
Dude, did dinosaurs exist before humans? Did dinosaurs have ontology?
How are you? You're seriously doubling down and saying that it's a study of the description. But who put the description there for you to study?
Let's be clear. If you understand the word real the way most people do, what is real is literally unmovable, regardless of how we talk about it, right?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying.
The baseline understanding of the word real is that there's no possibility for it to be otherwise if it is genuinely real, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you agree that someone like Bernardo Kastrup exists?
I don't know who that is.
So Bernardo Kastrup is an analytic idealist. He believes that the reality that we experience does not exist.
Okay,
he believes that it is all coming from mind and that mind constructs the entire reality. And then you also understand that there are full physicalists, right?
No,
physicalists who believe that mind doesn't make any reality, that everything is constructed of physical stuff entirely, and that those are the two poles of the debate.
Okay, but
right.
We're asking
dude,
you. Though,
this is what you're missing, man.
No, Eli, let me finish my position. If Bernardo Kastrup exists and full physical exists on the other side, then what we are arguing about when we're arguing ontology is not the reality of stuff, but how we describe it.
Okay, so I get what you're saying. Let me address this in good faith, okay? But when we're so two people are in conflict about the state of affairs of reality. So I understand if you're analyzing one person's ontological argument, you are studying his description. I'll grant you that. If you're studying, this debate going on, you're analyzing two different arguments. But when whenever someone's asking for the ontology of a rock and you say that it's physical, our I guess in a sense, what you're saying is like, well, an idealist is going to say there's no such thing as the physical, and then a physicalist is going to say, of course, it's physical. But that's what's in question is the ontology, not necessarily like the actual words and linguistics aren't making a difference on what the actual truth of the matter is. So,
but the truth is adjudicated linguistically and conceptually.
Well, the truth of the matter that's not true. That's not true because let's put it this way. You have the idealist, you have the physicalist. Let's say necessarily one of them has to be correct about the state of affairs out here. So you got the two people, two different ontological arguments for the ontology of the rock here. But this rock has an ontology that is the case. This person's argument doesn't give it the ontology, and this person's argument doesn't give it the ontology. That's why saying ontology is dependent on grammar is a stupid thing to say.
You're acting as if the cut state for the rock and the gas that the rock is next to is somehow non-arbitrary.
Okay, so this is why I'm saying that whole position, you're basically arguing for monism. You're saying that distinctions between things are completely illusory. If it's arbitrary, then you can't actually. There's no real distinctions. The only opposite of that is that there's no real distinctions. If there's no real distinctions, everything's one.
Are dog breeds real or are they arbitrary?
They're real.
Yeah, they're real. What happens when we have two dogs that are different species breed? Do we form a third breed?
I mean, dude, I think that this is, dude.
The dog is there. The dog is there.
When we form a hybrid, do we form a new breed?
You could, okay,
well, dude. No, now you're trying to get into semantics again. We're not talking about semantics. We're talking
let
about
him answer, TDS.
I'll answer this, but this is actually a really good point that Jim Bob brings up with like speciation. You're right. I would say that in the worldview of the non-theist, that these things actually do become arbitrary if there isn't an actual real distinction. But
no. Let's take it from the point of view of a theist. A golden retriever mates with a poodle, and then they have a kid. Is that kid a golden retriever or a poodle or a third divine concept?
Well, no. Here's the thing. So between the breed itself, okay, I will admit to you, so I might have messed up when I said breed distinctions. They're real in the sense that they have distinct differences.
And
but
nobody on fire
categorically,
says
So they're
stop equivocating
arbitrary,
ontology
right?
and ontological
dude,
status.
nobody. I've
Thank you,
already
nobody greatly appreciated.
wait, equivocating on ontology and ontological status.
No, because sometimes people use the word ontology to refer to ontological status. It's not like an equivocation. That's just
it's
the way
not.
the
I
word is
mean,
used.
if ontology would be the study of the ontological status
But
of
let's
things,
be
I don't
clear.
understand.
You're now realizing that breeds are arbitrary, right?
Well, okay, hold on. If the
arbitrary is
what's the word I'm looking for? The criteria for what constitutes a breed, but the genetic and biological differences are real.
Each individual organism is a real organism, correct? But our determination of where to categorize them is to some degree arbitrary, correct?
Okay, I would say yeah, in the sense that linguistically we could.
No one's going to say a Great Dane is a Chihuahua. It's constrained.
Language is arbitrary.
To some degree arbitrary, correct?
Language is arbitrary. Okay,
wonderful, right?
But what we're talking about is what the language. Yeah, what we're talking about is what the language.
Physical particles exist, and they exist in patterns.
Oh my God.
We all agree on that.
Dog versus
Dude, the language is arbitrary.
I don't know what they call this what he's doing right now.
Like choosing different languages have different ways of categorizing sets, ways of describing things. But when we're talking about the external world and the truth of the matter within the external world, that is not arbitrary. Okay. So when I'm talking about the law of identity and objects having their identity, you keep going into like language categorization, which again, there is an element of arbitrary in that what you choose to categorize and what you don't. But what cannot be arbitrary is the fact that an object is in fact itself, that an object is not, it's not a completely separate object at the exact same time.
Okay,
this is what then this whole thing has been about.
Have you ever seen the houndstooth coat?
The what?
Have you ever seen a houndstooth pattern coat?
Yes.
No.
It's a red herring.
It's a pattern.
I still like. I'm trying to get to the law of identity and how it's not an arbitrary thing.
Have you ever seen a floral print dress?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a floral print dress. Do the flowers on the dress have separate ontology, each individual flower, or do they have ontology as part of a pattern on fabric? Or are those simply levels of analysis that we can choose to slice one direction or the other?
Dude, so the ontology of the floral print would be in an art if it has multiple flowers on it, right? Those flowers
Is each flower
exist
separate and individual from the fabric, or are they all parts of the fabric?
The colors are parts of the fabric.
So are the flowers real, or are they not
it's an
real?
artistic depiction of a flower, and the concept of a flower you're picking at,
or is it part of an overall structure?
It's both.
It's
it's not an either or.
Analysis, linguistic levels of analysis allow us to choose to carve up a given phenomenon one direction or another. And we make those decisions under arbitrary but constrained, socially produced linguistic conditions.
No, well, wait. Are those constraints really socially produced, though, or are they just part of the reality?
Yes, they're fully socially.
No,
do you understand?
this is so dumb.
Because they're fully socially produced. Do you understand what happens to children who grow up never hearing speech?
Dude, this is just another red herring. Why can't we stay on the floor?
No, it is not a red herring. Do you know what happens to children who grow up not hearing human speech?
I don't know what happens, dude. Tell me.
They are never able to acquire speech. Their brains
that has nothing to do with ontology.
This has nothing to do with the external world, dude.
Dude, we're talking about the external world. Yes, thank you. External world.
I am talking about the external world too.
Okay.
No, you're not. You're equivocating.
And here's the problem with the dress.
1 second. There's a super chat. Robin says, "Great job, Curt W. Greatly appreciate the super chat. Thank you."
Robin, do better, Robin. Do better.
So,
I love Robin.
and what I want to get to with the floral dress thing is that when we're talking about the law of identity, we're talking about objects. So the artistic depiction is
pigment
conceptual.
on the dress is an object that has structure and chemical regularity.
Wait, hold on. No,
Yeah, so we can separate the different flowers in the pattern, different.
But
parts
that's
of the
not an
pattern.
like if you the object in question is the dress. The depictions, okay, the color of the dress is a property of the object, but there's still one object. Okay.
So you're saying the flowers don't have any separate ontology and couldn't be described as I like that flower, but not that one.
Well, again, I'm talking. If
someone said I like that flower on your left shoulder, but not the one that's on your belly,
you're being.
They would be making yammering noise that no one could understand.
No, dude, no. I'm talking about. There's an object. We've agreed that there's an object called a dress.
So the flowers on the dress are objects, right?
No, they're concepts.
So.
No, but they can't be.
Are they actual fucking flowers?
Have separate chemical identity and can easily be discussed.
Dude, oh my gosh! Wow, this is
okay. So you're this is really crazy because like there's is there a difference between a dress with depictions of flowers and a dress with flowers sewn onto it?
Yes.
Okay. So would that be but you're saying that the depiction of flowers is a separate object than the dress itself?
No, it can be described as a separate object in a way people can understand.
Oh wait, no. I asked you, is it a separate object? Yes or no?
Yes, in some senses, at some levels of analysis, it is a separate object.
I would say it's a separate object insofar. It's separate object insofar as the flowers are conceptual.
Would say,
they are
I'm
concepts.
not going to wear the dress with the bunch of printed flowers on it. They're going to say, I'm going to wear the flower print dress.
Are the depictions of flowers? But here's the thing: that you already said the depictions of flowers are not flowers.
That's
correct.
They're
okay. So it's not. So what it is? What we're discussing is a dress. And the dress has depictions that are conceptual depictions.
And those flower prints have separate chemical identity from the pigments that make them up.
I mean, like the ink or the coloration.
Like has separate existence from a mountain because it has a gas layer between it and the other parts of the mountain.
Dude,
is that why? Is that why though? I don't know.
But
dude,
this is getting away from.
No,
this is getting away from whether or not the dress is in fact a dress. It is what it is and not what it's not.
Again,
that's what the law of identity is talking about.
The term toga is socially constructed. These are the fabric that humans make for embodied purposes.
So once again, if there's no humans around, then there's no distinction between objects.
Again, the materials and the structures exist without analysis. The analysis allows a language and a separability that may or may not be present depending on the level of analysis someone is making.
And materials are distinct, regardless of analysis.
Again, the structures, the physical and chemical structures have an existence that does not depend on any linguistics or any unconscious
and those individual things are themselves and not themselves.
If you want to say that on your level of analysis, making them an individual thing, they still exist. Yes,
I'm saying regardless of human analysis,
still exist.
And we have a super chat from Austin Sims. He says, "I'm sorry you're in pain, Theist. It hurts realizing you already know your God is not real and that no other gods exist. You need curiosity and bravery." Thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it.
That's the level of argumentation from
I just the Reddit cringe is just
I know the
so
cringe
annoying.
of it.
But like what I'm so you agree that now there's individual, regardless of analysis, there's individual material, and those things have an identity that is
definitely identity for the things that are in the periodic table and like gravity. And all those things, like I said in my closing, oxygen built up in the atmosphere before people knew there was oxygen, right? So that's definitely admitting that there's a reality that exists separate from our linguistic story.
But I'm
we
I'm
only
talking
know
about
that oxygen buildup
objects.
because we've done analysis since then, and now we have a mental construct of what took place in the past.
Dude, I know, but like we're talking about objects, okay? That there's distinct objects regardless of analysis. Like this is so non-controversial, and you're trying to make it so complicated because you know where my argument goes.
Yeah, that's what this is.
I'm not trying to make it complicated.
Okay, so regardless of human analysis, is there distinct objects in reality?
Wait.
This is so simple. Okay, so yes, there's distinct objects regardless of human analysis. Those distinct objects are themselves and not themselves.
No, I did not claim that.
So there's not distinct objects
regardless of physics exists regardless of whether humans are there. But distinct objects is an analytic level. To call them distinct is to carve up reality in a way that is perfectly legitimate once you have minds.
But you've already said there's distinction without carving.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Once you have organisms with neurological ability to navigate space, then there are distinctions.
Well, but there's no distinct.
Couple super chats. Robin says, "Play my song, please." And then Doom says, Robin's song for goal. I appreciate the super chats. I can do a song here, but we need to do a short song, like one of the 1.5 to 2 minute songs. I think that one was a little bit longer than that. We could do a start-stop. Yeah, we just need to do a shorter song right now.
Wait. Was Earth different than Mars before humans?
Oh my God. To the degree that you want to carve up the Earth and Mars and have a hypothetical observer who's there to say there's an Earth and a Mars, yes.
No, I'm saying without a hypothetical observer. Okay, if you're saying that it relies on a mind.
There's no observer, there's no one to name the categories or make the separation.
So without the naming of the categories, they're the
balls of chemicals in space existed before there were beings to understand the ball of chemicals.
Wait. So you're saying without the mind there, Earth and Mars were the same thing.
He didn't say that. He didn't say
that.
He
did say that. He did.
Deliberately ignorant.
What does carve up mean? Does carve up mean makes the same thing two things?
No.
So you're saying humans have to carve up Mars and Earth in order to make a distinction. That's total focus.
That is not at all what I said. It's nothing remotely like what I said.
Stop. Stop.
Okay. Oh, we have another one. Here's my question for Curt. Is Mars and Earth less distinct before humans grammatically carved them up? So are Mars and are Mars and Earth less distinct before humans grammatically carve them up?
No, they're equally distinct.
Oh, so humans carving them up has no effect on their distinction.
The distance between them, their orbits, all those exist in the ways that they exist, whether there's someone to describe them or not.
Right. Okay. So the identity of Earth and the identity of Mars, that distinction between the two has nothing to do with humans carving it up.
No, it does, because like at one level of analysis, you could just say they're all part of the solar system.
No, dude, we're saying, but they're parts.
Different levels of analysis.
It's a set, dude.
Different parts. They're different parts of the solar system, though, right? They're not the same part.
The objects are not identical to the set. This is you're acting like the set solar system is somehow identical to the objects in question. You just admitted that there's no difference in distinction between no humans carving it up and humans showing up and carving it up. We can create sets.
The chemicals and the physical laws. Correct.
Right. So since you admit there's no less distinction, the distinction we're talking about before humans carve it up, the object is itself and not itself. Right? The Earth is itself, not Mars. Mars is itself and not Earth, regardless of humans.
No one there to give it an identity.
No, so but without
Mars,
the identity,
the planet Mars could be the planet Earth if humans aren't there to give it a fucking name.
Again,
exactly.
You're acting all annoyed, but this is the entailment of what you're saying.
You're just going back and forth. Materials have a relationship, but that material relationship is only separable and understandable once you have words and like grammar to discuss it, right? So the grammar helps us conceive of what's actually going on. The grammar is there to help us. It's a verbal convenience. It's a shorthand that allows us to discuss things.
Okay. But the thing is, though, the Earth had its own like composition, its own like orbit around the sun. Mars had a different composition and orbits.
Look,
before humans existed, right? Is that correct or no?
You couldn't make the grammatical distinctions if they didn't have ontological distinctions.
Exactly.
And that's why it's dumb to say that ontological distinctions come from grammar if the ontological distinctions determine the grammar to be used, at least in a truthful way.
Analysis. But yes, at that scale, they have ontological distinction when there are minds to describe them. Yes.
Is there any? No, not when there's any minds to describe it. Even without minds.
Okay, what are the ontological distinctions?
Again, they are distant from one another.
Okay, does grammar determine the distance?
Okay, and real fast, Austin says, look
absolutely.
The anterior cingulate cortex. I'm not trying to mock you. I'm telling you your cognitive dissonance is causing you pain, preventing curiosity. Thank you, Austin. Greatly appreciate it.
Thanks, Austin. Yeah.
My pain is being caused from obstinance. So you're saying that the distance between Earth and Mars,
something that is only understandable when you have a grammar to talk about it.
Okay. Without understanding it, though,
part of how we make phenomena understandable to us. So extension, space, distance, time, all those are categories.
But grammar doesn't make the phenomena.
Okay, but they existed before the grammar described them, though, right? There was distance between
the chemicals and the physical material existed before there was grammar to describe them. Yes, I say that over and over.
Wait, what is the chemical and material composition of distance?
Oh, don't even go there. Don't even go there because that's just going to distract. But the fact is, look, all we keep saying, dude, is that these things are different things. Right? Wait. We're just saying the planet Earth and the planet Mars were different objects before humans existed. Is that correct or no?
No.
Right? What?
No, there was no named planet Earth. There was no.
Yeah, we're not saying the names.
I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more.
Different objects.
I can't do it no more. Thanks everybody for having me. Earth and Mars were not different until humans showed up. Is where I got to go to bed. This is I can't. I just can't deal with this level of
plantation at this point. The reality of human
Later,
life.
Eli, I had a good time talking to you.
They were identical before humans showed up.
Let's talk sometime, Eli. I hope I get to ask you some questions.
Oh, okay, if somebody's got questions for me, but saying that Mars and Earth were not different until humans were there to describe the difference.
I never once said that. I never once said that.
Yeah, but
because
what you keep
just asked you were there different.
Curt, what you're doing is you're equivocating. You're going back and forth.
No, I'm not equivocating once.
It's not the one equivocating.
Dude, okay, so if I misheard, so you're saying
physics exist whether there are minds or not, but the decision to carve them up and say this is this and that is that is linguistic.
So before it's carved
Again,
up,
it's constrained by how things really are, but it's not perfectly matching.
Dude, you keep using this term carving it up. To carve something.
Is the moon part of the Earth? Are the moons of Mars part of Mars?
No, here's what you're not fucking getting, dude. When you say carve something up, okay, I know it's like a rhetorical language, but when you think of that, like you think of a big piece of ham, and it's one piece of ham, then you carve up separate pieces of ham
into other pieces. Exactly.
Right.
You separate it into things that you imagine to have separate ontology.
Right. But Earth and Mars were separated before humans carved them up.
Oh my God. I've never once said anything different.
Okay.
I've said the physics, the chemistry, and all the realities of the relationships exist whether there are humans or not.
Okay. Right. So that's what we're saying then, dude. That's what we're just saying, that these objects are different.
You then want to say our linguistic categories that we use to describe them then somehow existed at that time.
Okay,
no, we're not saying that. No, we're not saying that.
Hold on, TBS. So you're just want to be clear, because I want to make sure we stay fucking on track here. Mars and Earth were different, distinct objects before humans.
Their chemistry and their physics were identical to how they are now. And if we have a hypothetical mind who goes back into the past and looks at those things and sees their distinction, then they had separate existence to that hypothetical mind. But if there was no mind, then there's no thing there to describe.
What?
That's ridiculous. What? So they didn't exist without mind?
All right, there's a question for Curt real fast from Alexander Thirst. Yes, Curt, are you saying that in eyes of the universe everything is the same, whereas in the mind of the observer we measure and label? But physics-wise, it's all the same. All abide by the same laws?
I mean, that is not exactly how I would phrase it, because I would say the universe doesn't have eyes and the universe doesn't make judgments and doesn't know things, right? And the universe doesn't by itself and without like sustained energy flow through like a lower entropy organism that can process energy and have like nervous system have any like stance at all. But like, yeah, the things in the chemistry and physics that make up the universe exist separate from neurons. Like neurons obviously have an existence that is like dependent on the fact that there is chemistry and physics.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Friends on the panel, let's just recapitulate what Curt said in the dialectic to avoid going around in a circle. Curt's saying that those things continue to exist without observers. They do the things that we observe them doing, more or less, without observers. He's not cooperating with you on the specific linguistic convention that you would like him to cooperate on. You should just assume that he's not going to do that if after about an hour he has not so far.
Dude,
contradictory.
Let's ask him. Who is it? Kieran. Like, dude, we're not suggesting that it's linguistic. We're saying that, look, there are different objects before language even existed. And so they have different identities according to that way of understanding, like the logical difference between them existed. You know, that's what
linguistics refers to something in the physical world, in the external world, okay, it's picking out something in the physical world. You can't pick out something that isn't there. It has to be based off of what is there.
I genuinely don't know what it means for identity outside of thoughts. And I've thought about this a bunch, and maybe Howdy can tell me, go read this person and then you'll understand it. But I genuinely don't, because, for example, when I think of like The Rock, right? And then I was, when Curt used his distance example. Well, I thought
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, for
like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Now let's stick with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right? You've got Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and there is a gravitational interaction between Dwayne The Rock Johnson and me, right? But there's also an interaction between Dwayne The Rock Johnson's enormous testes and me. And from one perspective, it's all the same. But from another, like, you could go and pick out a specific object within Dwayne and do all these things. So I just don't I don't really know what it means in the way that you're saying. I think what you're trying to say is that like there is something. Hold on, just chill. I haven't talked very much. I'm not taking up too much time. I guess I just am not really sure like what you're trying to do with this definition of identity. Right. Other than assert the universality of it.
No, I'm talking about the law. I'm trying to get to the law of identity. That things are themselves and not themselves, and that this is a property of regularity and nature. But whenever I'm getting responses like, well, the distinctions are kind of arbitrary and illusory, but if there's no mind, then they do exist. Well, if there's a hypothetical observer to carve it up, it's just all over the place. I mean, this is totally non-controversial.
No way
being made overly complicated.
The same thing the entire time. Never once have I varied.
It is, because if distinctions are arbitrary, then they're coming from minds, but then you posit to certain distinctions that exist without minds, but then only under the qualifier that there's a hypothetical mind. It's totally all over the place.
It's just all over the place. You're just trying to cover yourself because you don't want to admit.
I've said all the way along. Okay, here's something that I will absolutely say. Protons have existed since they first congealed, right? Protons are real. They have real ontology. They really exist. We just use the word proton to describe them now, but they're unmarkable.
He doesn't believe in protons. Can you believe this guy? He doesn't believe in protons. That's what you guys are doing. Come on.
Wait, protons were different than each other before humans existed. They were different.
No, protons have never had any difference. They've never been markable. They're composed.
No. What I'm saying is
invariant ontology.
No, wait. What I'm saying though is that the proton on Earth is different than the proton on Mars.
No, they're all identical.
They're different objects. They're different.
No, they are all identical.
Proton. Hold on.
You're using wait. You're missing identity.
Stop. Yes, we understand. They have symbols like identical.
They're physically separated. Yes.
No, not just separate, but they're different objects. They're different protons. There's one proton over here. There's another proton over here.
Yeah,
they're the same proton, right? They're different protons, right?
You don't seem to understand much about protons. There's
okay,
protons
Kurt, you have a brain and I have a brain. Are our brains identical?
No.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's obvious, right? Everybody can see that.
Okay,
but
we're getting to a matter of you have two protons that have similar or even quote unquote.
No, they can't be similar. They must be identical in every way.
Okay. Let's say they're identical in every way.
Except for the fact that
one's on Earth and one's on Mars. They're different protons. They're not the same.
They're just in different locations, but they're identical.
But they're different objects. They're not the same object, right? They're different objects, obviously.
Well, that's what we're picking out here.
Again,
what do you mean maybe? What do you mean maybe, dude?
So it's like asking, is there only one
their
proton?
Location is such that the chance of them quantum tunneling that distance is incredibly tiny.
Dude, okay, what we're getting at here,
dude. Protons don't quantum, stop.
What we're getting at here is nobody would say there's only one proton. There's multiple protons. So
there are, in fact, physicists who develop that there's only one electron.
But there are definitely people who think that the proton is just a field excitation that doesn't have separate ontology.
I think Eli is embarrassed by you.
They don't have separate ontology.
Hey, guys.
Eli, are you embarrassed by TBS?
No, it's not embarrassed at all. It's just I'm a big mic hog and I like to talk a lot, but I want to give other people the chance, and I'm just not jumping in because I don't want to create a bunch of voice stuff. I'm not embarrassed.
We appreciate your cooperation.
Yeah. And I'm going to have to bounce soon. I just look, this is this is so non-controversial to say that there's objects are distinct regardless of grammar. Okay. One rock in Hawaii is a separate and distinct object from a rock in Colorado, regardless of if a human is around to carve up some type of arbitrary distinction. Now, this phenomena is a part of regularity in nature that says that rock is not ontologically also something completely different from itself. It is itself is an immaterial, universal, invariant law of reality that allows for objects to be predicated in grammatical sentences at all. In order for you to even make the grammatical sentence, this invariant law has to be the case in the universe. That's the whole point of the argument.
Was there an
outside of location? What is the difference?
Did phrenologists understand invariant laws that were like definitely clearly about how the bumps on the skull affected personality? Did they understand that perfectly?
Red herring.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with what I just brought up.
No, was it an invariant truth?
Why are you? This has nothing to do with what I just brought up.
Nothing.
You have to actually address what I'm talking about here, Curt.
I have addressed it all day. It's not going.
Then why haven't? No, I want you to talk about. I want you to talk about
exist fully and like have separate ontology.
Okay.
Was phrenological patterns and the charts, were they real?
Red herring. Complete red herring.
Is objects holding?
Question.
You're not answering your question, so I'm not going to answer your question, dude. You answer my question first.
With an ology and words about it, and it was all bullshit. None of it was correct. But you're saying because we had a discipline and words for it, it must have been real. And that's really weird.
That's not what he's saying.
You're totally missing what I'm fucking saying. Now, I will start over. I will start over. I will say this so slowly, and if you can't get it, after this, then I have to go.
You're just.
I want you to answer the question that I'm presenting to you. Okay, and I've asked maybe 3 as a line of argumentation. But if you don't answer the question, then I can't do it.
I'm going to answer it the same way.
Okay. So there's a rock in Hawaii. There's no humans on Earth. Okay.
Okay. So there's no Hawaii then. So there's no such thing as Hawaii because there's no
on the island that we call Hawaii. Okay.
So there's an observer there to tell me where it is.
Wow.
Holy fuck. You're seriously saying that you can't even do a hypothetical without this?
I've said it over and over, Eli. I've said it over and over. The chemistry
you
and the physics
literally believe that if a tree doesn't fall in the woods, it doesn't make a sound. That's insane.
I don't know how to answer you any
This is literally saying that if a tree doesn't fall in, that if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, it doesn't make a sound. That is what you're getting at here.
No,
like the fact that you won't engage with my hypothetical because somebody has to tell you.
Because in the forest, there are literally huge numbers of observers to hear the sound waves and process them.
The hypothetical is that there's none.
The tree could not make a sound.
Okay, I can't believe we have to
go to this. If you want to play,
what would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning, Curt?
This is how you guys.
What would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning, Curt?
If you want to play the whole no tree in the forest sound thing, if there's no observers, there is no sound.
Hungry.
No, really this is important. I need to make sure Curt can answer this question. How would you feel?
I normally don't eat breakfast, so most days I don't feel hungry. But I'm answering your question in the answer you want.
No, because you understand that what you're doing with my hypotheticals is the equivalent of that meme where the people who don't understand hypotheticals go, "But I did have breakfast this morning." You're doing the same thing.
Your fund of knowledge about the fundamental realities of physics and chemistry is adequate.
The fundamental realities of physics and knowledge.
It's because I'm asking.
Toronto, you're not helping. Just stop.
Pretend you're some
Toronto, just stop. You're not contributing.
You're a super scholar, and you just.
You're really bad at
all
this.
Logical categories.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Deal with it. Yeah, just be quiet, bro. This is ridiculous.
Eli and adults are talking. Eli and Curt are talking.
Utter nonsense.
All right.
Okay,
that's a simple answer.
I'll start over. If there's any rock on any island,
fart in the woods. Thank you.
If Kurt's not observing the fart in the woods, he doesn't hear the fart in the woods. It's really simple, Eli. I don't know how you can't grasp this subject. Like, this is not complicated. This is elementary logic.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to just get to the bare bones of this.
If there is no observer, this situation, it didn't happen.
Yeah, sound waves still occur without an observer, dude. Whatever. What a joke.
So, if there's nothing to pick up a sound wave, there was nothing to be observed.
The sound waves would still be there, though. The sound waves would still exist.
Oh, he's being serious. Okay.
Absolute joke.
No, that would be like
absolute
a
ridiculous
wave, right?
joke. It's a sound wave, dude. It's a sound wave.
I don't know. Like,
look, let me get back to because I do have to go.
What is a sound wave?
If there's a rock,
dude, stop talking.
Let me just get this out and then I'm gonna bounce. But if there's a rock on an island on Earth and there's no human beings, is that rock itself and not itself?
The chemistry and the physics are exactly the same. There is no concept of a self within a rock. But if there's another organism around to observe the rock, then that organism will see a stable rock.
Oh, okay, but
without the observer.
Right.
There is no without the observer. This is
there's nothing there to even
there's
have.
Nothing there.
The
There's nothing
rock
there without the
itself has
observer.
no consciousness. So
I'm not saying it has consciousness, dude.
Identity.
Nobody's bringing up rock consciousness, dude. What a fucking red herring. Nobody's bringing up rock consciousness. The state of affairs.
Eli, it's not a red herring when you don't understand something.
Be quiet, man.
Okay, when he brings up rock consciousness, when nobody's brought that up, that's a red herring. So the state of affairs that make the rock what it is not an alternative state of affairs that make the rock not what it is. Correct?
The chemistry and the physics are identical, whether there's an observer or not. That has.
How come you can't answer things yes or no? I answer yes or no all night. I never, if I'm presented something in a yes or no way, I do everything in my power.
No, because to answer no would give you a misunderstanding, and to answer yes would give you a misunderstanding.
What is the misunderstanding?
Kurt, put it this way, Eli, if you ask a yes or no question, he will answer yes or no.
Abstract nouns separate from minds, and those abstract nouns do not exist separate from minds.
Okay, is a noun and an object the same thing?
No, a noun is a
description. Okay, so I'm talking about the object, not the noun.
Again, the chemistry and the physics is the same.
Okay, and the chemistry and the physics is the same. The chemistry and the physics is not at the exact same time something completely different, right?
I've never said it was. I've said the chemistry and the physics is the same.
Good. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So the chemistry and the physics is the same. It's not completely different at the same time.
I'm sorry, y'all. I got to take a call.
That's a regularity.
He's running now, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Running.
Wow.
No, that's fine. He's been going all night. Don't say that. No, don't say that. I give it. I got to go.
This is such a. This is so basic.
Okay, so here's what I'm getting at, just to go off what he said. So he said the chemistry is not at the same time something completely different. This is a property of the regularity of nature. This regularity is not identical to the rock itself. This regularity is universal for all states of affairs in the universe. This regularity is conceptual.
Can you stop hitting buzzwords and explain how the chemistry is different then?
I have a question.
We're not saying it's different. Fuck? What do you say? Shut up. Be quiet, man. You're an idiot.
You literally just said the chemical difference is there.
No, I didn't.
Toronto, calm down. Nobody needs you here.
Hold on a second.
Dude, I said
statement. Everybody,
the chemistry is the same such that it is what it is. The chemistry is not at the same time different that it is not what it's not. Okay? Or that it is what it's not. So that regularity is not identical to the rock. That regularity is universal. That regularity is immaterial, and that regularity is conceptual.
What makes it immaterial?
Okay, pick up that regularity and hand it to me.
Yeah, it's a noun. It's a concept. It lives in mind.
No, dude, you guys this is so dense.
Eli, I have a question for you.
Just describe
Eli. No, Eli, you have imagined a different dimension that you just.
Don't you think that God gave us the agency to be able to build our own knowledge?
No.
But
we don't build our own knowledge.
What?
We discover knowledge.
But the fact that they have this law of identity that the rock is not the same as another rock, right? That existed before humans. That's all he's getting at. It's very simple. The reason why we can't
you need to explain that then. You haven't explained that.
I just did, and Curt agreed with me.
We explained it 100 times, dude.
So again, the chemistry and the physics that make the rock what it is, it is not also a separate form of chemistry that is making it something else. That is true, regardless of humans or observers.
Here's the problem, Eli. No. Because what you're doing
I don't think you know what chemistry is.
You're putting your categories and saying, okay, I have this category, and that then creates something out of me having that category that I can then analyze even though there's no one around. But no, there's no one around. So all there are irregularities that don't have anyone to comprehend them.
Can a rock have two separate states of affairs at once?
Well, sure, just trivially, right? It can be composed of different chemical structures. It can have all kinds of different It's certainly being interacted with by like forces of water and forces of temperature.
This is such a huge way to just dodge the law of identity because he's like,
no, this is because you don't understand the fundamental bits of the law of identity. You don't get it.
You guys are not understanding.
You take these huge abstract ideas like the rock. The rock is this thing, but you don't understand how to break it down to where people can actually understand what you're talking about. You're just
what are you talking about? Look, again,
Toronto, no one's talking to you here. Just stop.
Be quiet. Earth is different than Mars.
Other than location, Earth is different than Mars. Earth is different than Mars. I don't care. Yes, it is. Outside of the location, the chemistry, the fundamentals, the physics, they're all the fucking same. It's not difficult to understand.
Earth has the same physics and chemistry of Mars?
Yes! Holy shit! How is that wrong? How is that abstract?
Okay, so we should be so
Do you
Mars
think
is immediately inhabitable.
Anywhere in the
so Mars is
universe? Holy
so I can land on Mars with a spacesuit.
Eli,
what a fucking idiot!
Eli, do you think that quartz is made up? Eli, do you think that quartz is made up by different component matter on a different fucking planet?
You said that the physics and chemistry of Mars and Earth are the same.
Yes, the physics and chemistry of Mars and Earth are the same.
Eli can be muted and kicked now. He did it again. I can't keep them away from you.
What did I do? What did I do?
He used
the slur.
No, I didn't say retarded. I said idiot.
You did.
I did say retarded.
I don't give a shit what he called me. Whatever. Let him go for it. The fact that he can't figure this out is fucking baffling.
By his own admission, the physics on Mars is the same as Earth.
Eli,
what is
the
compensation?
Eli, if there is water on Mars, what is the chemical makeup on water of Mars?
No, now he's trying to say that the laws of
physics. No. What is the chemical makeup on water on Mars? Is it different than the chemical makeup of water on Earth?
Does Mars have the same air density?
What does gravity at the gravity? Can we take the equation of gravity, and can we apply it to the mass of Mars, and can we figure it out? Physics is the same on Mars as it is on Earth. It's not hard. This isn't difficult. This is 7th grade level shit.
We're not talking about that. We're saying that the planet Mars.
I'm just literally saying it's a different fucking planet. Like this is how non-controversial what we're trying to say is that it's literally a different planet.
Physics obeys the same laws. Chemistry obeys the same laws. This is not difficult to understand. I don't know how you get this. Quartz on Earth is the same as quartz on Mars. Lead on Earth is the same as lead on Mars. This is not difficult to understand. I can't comprehend what you can't get from this.
I get what you're saying, that there's universal laws of physics.
The same as quartz on Mars.
Hold on.
Is there quartz on Mars? I actually don't know if there's quartz on Mars. There probably is.
Whatever. Look, the point is, though, we're not talking about the laws of physics. We agree. The laws of physics are around the universe.
Mars is a psyop, freak.
What we're saying, though, is that the planet Earth is a different object
Martians definitely because they're all telepathic. They don't really have to do much.
Again,
they just
red herrings. They can't allow the argument.
You don't know what red herring means, Toronto Bobby. Go smoke a joint and leave us alone. Like, stop.
I'm just trying to nail them down on the law of identity, and all these people are
You don't understand the law of identity well enough to nail us down on us. Like, it's just
you guys are the ones saying that
Toronto, just stop.
Unless there's a person around. So that
no, it's not a person. It's an observer. There's a do you?
So there's no observer. A rock could be a tree.
There is a difference.
Just say for the audience, if there's no observer, a rock could be a tree. Just say that for the audience, please.
Listen, Eden.
Just say it for the audience.
Edit.
If there's no observer, a rock could be a fish.
Fish would be an observer, though.
Really?
The law of identity.
Yes, I have a rock that is shaped like a fish in their backyard.
I don't know what to do with
crazy.
That's just a red herring again. You're not.
No, you don't know what red herring means.
Engage the argument, dude.
Eden just said if there's no observer, a rock could be a fish. I don't know what to do with insane, unbelievably, like clinically insane.
If there's no observer, there is no distinctions, Eli.
Right.
It's
so
really
if there's
simple.
no observer, a stone can
Eden is
has
not
gills and
talking
swims
about
around.
the actual chemistry of a rock becoming alive and becoming a fish. He's talking about the nominalist position that you could use any set of arbitrary sounds to describe any arbitrary.
I'm not talking about the sounds. I'm talking about the state of affairs in reality. I'm not talking about the sounds. I'm talking about the state of affairs in reality. Can the state of affairs of the rock be the same or as the state of affairs of a fish and the state of affairs of the rock at the same time without an observer?
I mean, I don't think anybody would argue that a fish.
There's no way to distinguish it.
Have the same chemistry and physics.
No way to distinguish it.
So things are only if people only distinguish them. I don't know what to do with these people.
Words.
I'm sorry. Things are different regardless of people orally distinguishing them. This is so dumb.
Could I try helping? Like maybe we could ask.
No, what they're trying to do is they're trying to do anything but engage with the actual argument that I presented or the justification of God because they know where it goes. So they're intentionally creating a roadblock by going, is there really a distinction without an observer? It's so fucking dumb. And it's
Karen just said there is actually chords on Mars.
It's cowardice to not deal with the actual.
Not cowardice, Eli.
It's cowardice.
Intellectual dishonesty on your part.
Scripture.
No, that's what you guys are doing. Honest to God, it's so fucking insane to actually act like distinction is somehow arbitrary and ambiguous based on, like, obviously, then the words we choose to use is arbitrary, but the thing in question in physical reality maintains its identity and isn't something else. That's a property of regularity in nature.
Everyone agrees with what you just said.
Okay, we all agree with that. Okay, so if we agree with that, that regularity is not identical to the thing.
It's not.
It's not. It's universal to all things.
I can't think of a counterexample.
It's a point of moderation, Eli. So I think what they're saying is that thing that you're claiming, they're saying is only possible under atheism. And what I'm trying to demonstrate is that that's only possible under Christianity, right? And they're like providing responses to you and all sorts of stuff, right? So maybe
you're doing the voice thing on purpose, Tacos.
So maybe provide some type of argument for your position. Right?
Okay, I was getting there, and I'll do it now. So we've agreed that is a property of regularity in nature, not identical to the object. That property is universal to all objects. That property is immaterial. What?
That property is universal to all objects. I think we would all agree it seems to be a local property. Is it universal across all space-time? I feel less comfortable saying yes to that.
Why is that?
I have no idea if we are just in a local pocket of regularity and the universe is about to erupt in total chaos. I'm confident my epistemology will be fine, but my body will probably dissolve if that happens. But I don't know why I would. I mean, like, that is a commitment that your faith brings you to, right?
No,
God's going to hold that.
Feeding premise to say it's not universal is a universal claim, so it's a self-defeating premise.
No, I'm saying I don't know. I can't say one way or the other, so therefore I wouldn't agree to a universality claim.
Oh, okay. So wait, is that a truth claim that you don't know?
Yeah, it's a truth claim that I don't know.
Is it universally true that you don't know?
The referent me is not a universal object, so no.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I saw what you tried to do there, but it doesn't work when I make claims about my beliefs. Sorry.
Well, but the problem
is
though.
I grant it was a little tricky.
Here's what we were getting into right at the end of the debate with Curt is that you have to actually and here's the problem. When you're saying that we're in a pocket of regularity that doesn't exist elsewhere, again, to predicate, if that even existed somewhere else, you wouldn't even be identifiable. You wouldn't even have a way to identify.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So are objects? Is there any objects in the universe that violate this regularity and principle?
I can't think of one, but that's actually like a statement I'm saying I cannot, as in a limitation of my cognition. But let me just ask you, aren't theists like kind of committed to the notion that at any point in time the universe could stop being regular?
No.
Are you sure? Wait, so let me just ask then. Yeah. Well, yeah. Hold on. I'm not even talking about miracles, right? That's Curt's department, and he's much better read. But I'm just sort of confused. Like, what is the LNC's, like law of non-contradiction, for example's interaction with your God? Is your God logical because it follows the LNC, or is your God does logic bind your God to follow the?
No, logic is grounded in the nature of God.
Okay. Okay, so that's interesting. So logic's grounded in the nature of God. But you're Orthodox, so you're confident predicating on that, or are you saying it's a great making property? Like, how does that work for you?
What are you asking? I'm sorry.
Well, like, I thought that Orthodox in general, most of them were kind of like a little bit nervous about predicating in this fashion.
Which is the nature.
Yeah. No, I mean we know that God in His nature is ultimate truth. Huh?
Right. I think you could maybe make like some sort of like great making property argument. Is that like the most logical? Because I think that you really wouldn't escape this question though. Because like what makes it logical then? That it's the most thing of God's nature? That would be really weird and circular. Like God is definitely the most God nature. So what does it mean then?
Yeah. So what we're saying is that the highest epistemic foundation for truth in the temporal world would be God, because He is truth itself.
One second, we're not talking about epistemology right now, Eli. We're talking about
the ontology. About epistemology all night.
No, you've definitely been talking about the ontological property of, like the ontological reference of the LNC. You mentioned that many times tonight.
Yeah, can you do that without an epistemic foundation?
Can God?
No, can anybody?
Can God? This is why
everybody has everybody has a worldview. There is no philosophically neutral positions. Everybody's viewing everything through a paradigm, which ultimately has an epistemic foundation.
Eli, you're kind of dodging here.
It is true.
No, it's not true, because we spoke about this the other night where we discussed that I do not have metaphysical.
I know. I pushed back on that, and
and you failed to push back.
Okay.
No, it's just incoherent.
Hold on.
It's just incoherent.
I feel like we're someplace really interesting right here. So if God's nature grounds the LNC, presumably that's necessary, right?
Of course.
Okay. What grounds that necessity?
What grounds the necessity?
Yeah.
Oops.
So I think you already said.
What was
so? Hold on. So it's necessary for a world with invariant universal laws that, if they are immaterial, universal, and conceptual, they would be grounded in an immaterial, universal mind. That's how we know that if we have immaterial, universal concepts, immaterial, universal laws, that by necessity, they must be grounded in an immaterial, universal mind.
Okay. Is that necessity something that God's nature also grounds?
Yeah, it's ultimately because His mind would be informed by His nature.
Also grounded in God's nature?
His mind being, it would be so the necessity that His mind would be informed by His nature would be grounded in the person of the Father.
Sure. And is the necessity that His mind is formed by His nature is grounded in the form of the Father, grounded in God's nature also?
Yeah.
Okay. How far back does that go before we hit the bottom?
Again, God is the bottom.
Okay, but Wait. We're grounding aspects of God's nature against God. And so that process, we should have already stopped. We shouldn't be allowed to be here under your rule. God already is supposed to ground this out, but you already walked a step past it. So either we shouldn't have gone there.
There's a nature person distinction
or,
there's a nature person distinction in the Orthodox theology, and
I don't think that matters for this because we moved directly to the nature.
It matters quite a bit, actually.
Red herring.
It's not a red herring.
Let's stop recursing at Jesus Christ.
Moderation, tacos. I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna move back up to my normal spot. But I'll come right back. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, Eli. Before you found God, what was your logic grounded in?
Huh? This is the difference. Like when we're talking about somebody having an unjustified, like you can claim that knowledge is grounded in whatever you want, whether or not that's actually the case is what's in question for the debate. So this is another thing that Curt was getting tripped up over, is like, in order to actually like get to the place of being able to do logic, you'd somehow have to like be a devout Orthodox Christian, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that metaphysically, in the truth of the matter is that all logic, all truth, all immaterial universal concepts are grounded in the nature of God.
Okay.
Well, you can say that all you want, but you have to back it up.
Yeah, I demonstrate it.
No, you don't.
Yes,
that's
I do.
The issue. You make claims, but you don't actually.
Would you like
back
me to
it
give
up,
the demonstration? I can give the demonstration.
You can give
universal immaterial concepts must be grounded in universal immaterial minds.
That's
why
we have universal immaterial concepts, therefore a universal immaterial mind exists.
But
I backed it up.
A syllogism. Okay.
Oh my God.
Hi Eli.
What's up, nobody?
How you doing, man?
Can I?
Pretty good.
I got one other thing for Eli since he's sticking around, and then I promise I will.
Yeah,
step
and I really
back.
do. I really do gotta go, but I'll answer a few more questions.
Oh, if you're about to go, then I guess I would just say this. Let's say that I had, let's say that there was, like you say, can you demonstrate something that doesn't have identity? Okay. Now let's say that for just a second, let's just hypothetically assume that thing would, like, that there is something that could satisfy that claim. Okay. I don't know what it would be. But here's the question I want to ask before you say, well, like linguistically that's challenging. I agree. And that's what I want to get at. Could you, let's say that there was such a thing. Could you think about it? Like, could you have a thought about it?
No.
So when you ask people for like the law of identity, a violation of it, you're asking for something that literally defies the nature of thought itself.
Well, again, what I'm saying is that I think that it's not limited to thought. I think that it's a property of the regularity of nature. I'd say that it is not possible because if to say the thing exists, but presupposes that it has an identity.
How could you possibly know that if you can't form beliefs that don't contain an identity referent?
Well, again, this is pointing out.
You can't think about it. I grant that. But right. So you can't believe in it.
Couldn't
I
exist.
grant that as well.
It couldn't exist in a world where the law of identity is a universal concept.
Wait,
now,
but that's what I'm asking you. You're begging the question there. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no. So what I'm pointing out.
Well, hang on. But from what I heard, it did sound like you were begging the question. But at the same time, Curt also gifted 5 taco memberships. Thank you very much. Or maybe affirming the consequence. I don't know which one is the correct terminology. Anyways, Curt was saying, or Curt gifted 5 taco memberships. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. B Dizzy Funk is now a not idiot. Zill Zone is a not idiot. That's definitely an interesting hit there. Heavy Haze is not idiot. Michael Jediah is a not idiot. Rude Cunt Crap not idiot. Thank you, Curt, and W's in chat for Curt, everybody. Thank you.
I'll thank you so much, Eli. I'll leave it at that. But I just think it's very difficult for you to ask somebody to think about a thing that's unthinkable. And I'll let you respond and have the last word.
Yeah. So I see where you're getting at. And again, I'm getting kind of tired here. I've got people hitting me up. I got to take care of some stuff. But what we're saying is that it's not just unthinkable. It's not possible because if an object exists, it possesses identity, which presupposes the law of identity. Existence presupposes the law of identity. So to call anything into the question of existence presupposes the law of identity. Dare I say, the law of identity is a precondition for existence. Therefore, for us to have knowledge, which comes from the external world, that Curt said regularity is a precondition for knowledge, then the law of identity would be a precondition for knowledge. And the law of identity is immaterial, universal, and conceptual. Therefore, it comes from an immaterial, universal mind.
I have a question. Is there anywhere in scripture that kind of lays out the laws of logic that you know of?
Nope.
Well, I think that I'm not I mean, you can giggle all you want, but I'm not a sola scriptura Christian. I don't think that the Bible is the ultimate epistemic authority, and the Orthodox Church teaches the logos logi doctrine, which the logos, logic, it's all very, very much connected.
Okay, so that's where the all knowledge comes from, the higher order.
Well, yeah, when I talk about divine conceptualism, the logos is Christ. It's the truth, the word of God. And then the logi is the divine idea for creation. The one I was talking about, like the analogy with the house. He had an idea for the world, informed by his nature. So the material in the world is has relation, has telos, has these invariant regularity, principles of regularity that I'm picking out. These are justified in our worldview. We have justification for the very things that knowledge that you have to have in order to come to knowledge at all.
And what is that justification?
In the atheist,
what is that justification?
Things are not only unjustified but impossible.
There's a super chat from Doombase. He's asking, "And howdy, what do you think of Eli's argument?"
So it's sort of a mix of like it's hard to say like whether it was like the transcendental argument or maybe it was like Augustine's ontological argument from truth. In either case, it usually sounds something like, well, if divine conceptualism is true, then God exists. That's probably sound, or that's probably valid. I usually like to grant as much as I usually like to grant as much as possible. I wonder if I could argue that even granting divine conceptualism, theism is false. I don't think I could.
We could argue.
Right. Well, again, what I'm looking for from any atheist is just to say, actually, this is where these invariant universal laws are grounded in a world that is pure material, and then I'd be like, oh,
that's a reification fallacy, man. That doesn't exist. You're asking a nonsense question. It doesn't make any sense. You're asking us to justify the object.
You have a nonsense existence on this earth, Donald.
Fuck off.
Yes, no, Eli, but Eli,
the fallacy claim, Eli.
It's not a
Eli. The only reason that you believe that is because you need to feel special. Do you not get that?
That's a bizarre emotional appeal.
No, it's not an emotional appeal. You are doing the emotional appeal by being Donald's life on this earth is
just because you believe that I'm making this argument to feel
what
special.
You're doing
has no bearing on whether it's true or
I'm
false.
not. You are saying your argument.
Moron.
I'm a Reddit. Just because people prove you wrong on a website doesn't mean
telling me that I'm making my argument because I want to feel special is not proving me wrong. It actually has no bearing on whether my argument is true or false.
Eli,
even if I was making this argument to feel special, it has no bearing on whether my argument is true or false.
You're getting emotional right now. Eli, calm down.
No, I'm frustrated because I'm trying to answer serious questions, and there's idiotic morons like yourself that are you're the atheist version.
You haven't asked a single useful question at all.
Eli, you just
Donald, you haven't. Oh my god, man. Anyway, guys,
you just attacked them. No, Eli, you just attacked them. Do you realize that?
Then
you just
hit me up for a 1v1, Eden.
I'll take you on any day of the week, Eli. I can do some sophomoric fucking philosophy anytime you want.
I guarantee that you won't. That's the crazy part.
Tacos, you know me. Let me smack him around like a redheaded stepchild. Like I'll do it any day you want. Like
let's do it.
This is just for fuck's sake. Eli, you need to stop appealing to emotion.
I think
you
you
need to
make
stop
your
using
arguments
emotion.
because your mom dropped you on your head when you were an
no
infant.
doubt. I mean, she definitely
Dude,
did.
you
My
are
mom
a
was neglectful as
fucking
shit. But like, you need
Yes,
to
I
attack
am.
people
Tell
because
me
you
something
can't
I
make
don't know,
logical.
dude.
No, Donald. Sorry, Donald.
Yes,
I
he
don't want to.
admitted
Donald,
it.
You're a
Donald.
whiny little
Donald. I don't want to
bitch.
police you.
As long as
Donald,
you're
I don't want
just
to police you.
pulling out facts.
But
You're
like,
a whiny
Eli,
bitch.
Eli, calm down. Eli, calm down.
No.
Eli,
Honestly,
calm down.
fuck you. Honestly, fuck you. If
Cool,
anybody
dude,
has a
that's
serious
great.
question,
You are reacting emotionally
go
here.
fuck.
I am trying to address
I'm
you on your
frustrated
point
because
here.
no, you're not addressing my argument when you say I'm making it to feel special. That is like the most
but that's
retarded,
the
low
atheist
tier.
position. That's
You
what your
need the
guys'
IQ
position
of a
is. You need to feel
potato to
special.
let those words come out of your mouth.
I mean, I
That's
love
You
potatoes. You
literally
can bring
need
up
the
potatoes all you
IQ of a
want.
homeless
But
crack
You
addict to make
misunderstood
that
what he
argument.
was
Eli,
talking
a
about.
homeless
Like,
crack
you
addict
don't
can make a
wasting
better
everybody's
point than you.
time
That's
and
the
just
problem.
shut the
A
fuck
homeless
up.
crack addict doesn't need to fucking argue against you because they can prove a
No,
better
because they
point
can
than
just
you.
say,
It's
You're
not even
making an
difficult.
argument to feel special.
Eli, all you have is
You
straw
feel
man. Like you
special.
just can we have an actual discussion here, or are you just gonna
Can
keep
we? Okay,
reacting
can you make
emotionally?
an actual argument that isn't
calm
just some
down?
bizarre
Can you
emotional appeal?
calm
No,
down?
dude, you guys are so. I had to spend
Like
an hour
I
trying to
just
explain to people that objects hold their identity over time, and it's not contingent
Dude,
upon
they
people's
don't.
minds
you
making
have
it
been
happen.
arguing against straw men because you don't
Everything
understand the
changes.
argument.
It's not a
There is
fucking
no
straw
identity
man.
over
You
time.
guys
You're
have
wrong
straw
about
brains.
that. You're wrong about
We have
that.
straw
No,
brains.
there's neuroplasticity.
Yes,
Your brain changes over time. Everything
False.
changes over time. Neuroplasticity.
Anyway, does anybody
Google
have
it.
any
Donald's not wrong.
serious arguments? I really have to go.
Okay,
No?
cool. Eli, set it up
Good
with
job,
Taco.
Eli.
I'll take you on any day of the week. We'll
I'm willing
debate
to
this,
take
and
you
we'll
on
actually have
anytime
an. But
also.
Eli, you have to promise that you're not going to get
at once. I'll
emotional.
do a 2v1.
I don't
with
want
these
two people
No,
here.
well,
Donald,
no.
Eli, you get too emotional with two people. So like, if you
I'm
want to have a
not
conversation,
I will admit that I'm
if
frustrated.
you want to have a conversation where we actually have rational discussion, and you calm
You're the one
down a
who
bit,
said I'm making an argument to feel special, and you're
You
talking to me
attacked
about
me with
rational
personal
conversations.
insults.
you assaulted multiple people on here because you couldn't prove
Assaulted.
your own point. Yeah, you
Assaulted.
verbally assaulted them.
Verbally
You-
assaulted.
Do you know the
attacked.
difference
Good.
between? Do you
Good.
know what
You
assault?
deserve to be
Eli, do you know what
verbally
is? Do you know what assault means, Eli?
Whatever it is.
Eli,
you
what
guys
does
all
assault
deserve
mean?
it.
Eli, what does assault mean?
A thing that Eden
Do
and
you
Donald
understand the
deserve
difference
to have
between
happen
assault?
to them verbally.
Do you
And
believe that?
Professor
Do you understand the
Izzle
difference?
says Eli is kind of being
Because
watched.
I'm sitting here taking in serious questions, and he's like, "Oh, guys, I got him. You guys ready? You guys got it. This is the argument. It's
Do you
gonna
not see
shut
that
Eli
you're
down.
just
Hey,
doing
Eli,
straw again?
you're
You're just
making
doing
this
straw
argument
man
to
again,
feel
Eli.
special. It's like, bro, I'm trying to
You're
actually engage
you're
with
only
serious
saying
contenders here.
clouds here. This is
You're
just
just
sad.
such an unserious person.
Like, okay,
it's like
Eli,
it's
if
like
we want to have a
14-year-old stoner pothead Reddit
Eli,
atheism.
okay, here. If,
I
if
have
you
no
want to
time
actually,
for it. I have no patience for it.
Calm down, Eli. If you want to have this conversation, you and I are going to have to sit down, and you're going to have to present 3 core points to Tacos about your position and how it lines up with reality, and I will dismantle each one of them. Okay? Because
What
right
the fuck
now,
are you talking about?
if you want, you challenge me to a debate. You said one-on-one whenever you
we'll
want.
pick a
These
prompt
are my,
and
no,
we'll
no.
do it.
These are
I
my.
don't
Hey,
need to
shut
lay
the
out
fuck up
3
for a second.
No, you shut the
Hey,
fuck up. I'm not
calm
going
down.
off of your
They want
bizarre
to control
conditionals.
everything.
If
They
you want
always
to
wanna
debate
be in
me,
control.
Yeah, pick
you
a
can't
prompt and
handle.
we'll debate it. Pick a prompt and
No,
we'll
pick
debate
a
it, but I'm not
you
following
need to
your
present
bizarre
3
rules.
rational
I don't
points.
need to do shit.
These are not
Pick a
bizarre
prompt and
rules.
we'll debate
Eli,
it.
if
Go,
otherwise you're just going
all
to come
of
up
you
here
can
and
go
argue emotionally
fuck
the entire
yourself.
time, and I don't have time for that. You're just like, it's bottom of the barrel dealing with you. So
Karen
just
Dave
calm down.
does say Eli did accuse Curt of arguing a belief just to avoid the conclusion of God. Thank you,
I
Karen
think he
Dave.
was putting.
This is the
I think
problem
he was
with-
intentionally. No, because I can actually demonstrate this. He was intentionally avoiding direct questions.
Well, this is what
that
I
were
mean,
not
Eli. You're arguing with emotion.
He was answering God.
No, he was directly
You're
avoiding
only arguing with emotion.
intentional
Eli.
direct questions in order to avoid the
See,
conclusion
this is why
of
I
my
need you to
argument.
present.
super
And
I
it
need
was-
you to
it
write
was
out
super
3 points
frustrating.
beforehand so
here.
that I know you can
The whole
argue with
time you're
logic and you
committing
can't
rape
argue with
Alright.
emotion.
Reification
Because all you've done at this point
Oh,
is
I'm arguing with
emotion,
emotion.
and it's just
Dude,
sad.
what? Okay, name
Like,
the argument
okay,
from
you're
emotion.
upset, so
name
you're right.
the
Okay,
fucking
you're
argument
upset,
from
so
emotion.
you're right. I'll do
Name
the
it.
dishes.
Back
I'll
up
do
your
the dishes.
fucking
Okay,
claim.
I'll do the
Back up
dishes.
your
I'll take out the
fucking
trash.
claim.
I'll take out the
Back
trash. Don't worry
up
about it.
your
I'll
fucking claim.
You're currently screaming into the microphone. You're currently screaming. That's you arguing from emotion. Eli, calm. You're having a breakdown. You need to stop.
I'm asking you to back up your claims, you fucking parasite.
Remember, it happened like 3 minutes ago.
Donald, you're a disabled little retarded freak, Donald.
Oh, there it is.
Stop.
See, there you go again.
Disabled retarded freak.
Hold on.
Hey, motherfucker with that goddamn word.
Retard freak of nature.
Stop.
You
gotta stop.
Here's the crash
There's
out.
no point to that.
Eli, you're better than us.
Look,
I'm gonna start recording on my own fucking channel.
Look.
No, this is the Darth Dawkins tactic of suicide by mod.
Okay, look.
This is all it is.
Eli,
They know they've lost. They can't win.
I just want to say something to Eli really quick.
Can you nod your head yes that you're gonna stop using that word? All right, thank you.
Okay, Eli.
Okay,
look.
so no. I want to know the argument from emotion that I made tonight, please.
That time that you used the R word?
Eden, no, Donald, shut the fuck up. Everybody, shut the fuck up. Eden, back up your claims. I'm waiting. Everyone's waiting.
The person screaming and crying into the microphone needs me to provide
the
proof
argument
about
tonight,
their
you said
argument
all
from
night.
emotion.
No, I wasn't making an argument.
Literally,
I was just
your
getting
entire
frustrated with you. I wasn't making an
your
argument.
entire
So name the
argument is
from emotion.
that I need to feel special and that there is a God in a ever-living battle between good and evil, and I need to be a part of it, and I need to feel special. So you can't have logic.
That's the argument.
And we're all sitting here going, "What the
argument I was
fuck
making
are you
tonight,
talking about?"
When did I say any of those words tonight, Eden?
Right, Taco?
When did I say any of those words?
Battle, the
When did, are you reading those words in from your own perspective?
Do you know what? No, when I don't say your exact words, that doesn't mean you didn't make that argument. Do you get that? Do you understand?
No, you have
what
to deal with the argument I
paraphrasing
actually
is?
made.
Eli, stop.
No,
stop
I understand
purging
you
out.
manipulating
Do
what was
you
actually
understand
said.
what paraphrasing is?
Professor Hizzle, go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck about my cred. I'm here in the Atheist Lion's Den dealing with arguments.
East Lions Den, we're having a nice rational conversation and you're screaming.
It's not a rational conversation.
We're having
dude.
a conversation and you're screaming like a child. Do you not see this?
Dude,
I'm trying to have a rational conversation with you.
I want none. Fuck my
Eli,
cred.
I'm trying to have a conversation
Eden,
with
you're
you.
not trying to
and
do
you are
shit. You're
screaming
being
like
a piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't want to talk to you. I take back the debate. I literally don't want to fucking do it.
Okay, this is exactly every single time with these. As soon as you prove them that they're emotional children, they
kind of a weasel though.
Argument. Here's the problem. No, everybody shut the fuck up.
Eli, I'm gonna pretend to be you for a while.
Listen to Daddy Eli.
He's screaming like a child. He's screaming like a child. He's screaming like a child.
Shut the fuck up and listen to me for a second. Here's what Eden
This
does.
is a Christian right here. This is what you have to expect to be a Christian.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
You want to know something? I'm the chief of sinners, boys. So don't compare me as some kind of model.
The chief of sinners. Okay, Satan, calm down. You're already orthodox, which means you are so far off. You are so outside of the scripture.
Your daddy is Satan.
You are so
Your daddy is Satan. Your daddy is Satan. Listen, here's what Eden said. Here's what Eden said. Here's what Eden said.
Sounds like a good Saturday to me. Let's have some fucking fun, Satan.
Yeah, you fucking disgusting sodomite. So here's
give me some sodomiting. Give me some
I didn't use the
glamoring.
slur out of respect for tacos, but I absolutely want
you're gonna call me a slur? You hateful little
I
bigot.
want to really bad.
Oh yeah, really good in
bad.
Christ's name. Really good in Christ's name.
Because you are one, and it's disgusting.
Oh, go tell that to my wife. Oh, she'll love that term.
Yeah. Okay. Under your definition of what a wife is, I'm sure that she's very handsome.
My definition. Okay.
Eli, please.
What is why do you have to become such a hateful bigot when you're proven wrong? Why can't you just have a rational conversation?
Listen,
you're
this
just
is what
screaming
you're
a hateful bigot shit.
I made an argument about the necessary
Holy
preconditions
shit.
for logic, and you go, "Yeah, that's what I heard."
Crybaby.
But actually, you just need a God to feel good about yourself.
Eli, are you like 5'2"? Eli, you're like 5'2", aren't you? Eli's 5'2". That's it. He's a manlet. That's what he is. He's a fucking manlet.
You need to rewatch it, Eli.
Eli, do you need me to come over? Eli, I can come over and get the glass off the high shelf for you. I can get into the upper cover. I can get the upper cover from you.
Tranny germs. Disgusting tranny germs.
You're just a hateful little bigot with no logic, dude. It's pathetic.
All right. I appreciate you coming and doing the debate, but we're not doing slurs here, man. What the hell? You already nodded your head. No more slurs. Come on, dude.
Thank you, Taco.
Parts of the Bible I understood, parts I didn't. I read the whole thing.
Like, I'm sorry, there are multiple Christians in my life that I respect as rational, kind, compassionate human beings. None of them fucking act like that.
No.
Good job, Eli.
That's what you have to look forward to if you want to become a Christian, right there. That is like, if you want to be an apologist. Sorry, if you want to be an apologist, that's what you got to be, right?
No,
there.
honestly, people like Eli make me wish hell is real. I hope he sits in the fucking seventh layer of fire.
Why can't he just speak like a normal person?
Like a month ago, I went into Discord and I left 5 rooms in a row because there was someone in each of those rooms that called me the R word. That took me 10 minutes for 5 rooms.
Yeah. People are always going to be assholes, but like when you're having a rational conversation and they just can't help themselves but resort to slurs like that, like, man,
instantly,
it's just upsetting. It's so like to be so intellectually dishonest and to just start screaming like a child. Anyway, do you guys want to move on? We don't have to shit on someone while they're not here.
Quick shout out to UG. Reading the stuff that I read after I talked to you was very helpful, and I hope you could see the lineage there. Yeah, very nice.
Oh, UG, is that a furnace?
It's a lamp.
Oh, it's a lamp. Okay, I was like, that looks like I thought you were gonna throw some metal in there and start blacksmithing. That looks awesome.
I have a forge. You want? Well, I mean, I don't have.
Oh, Donald, I would love to see your
I'm
forge.
a blacksmith.
We can do that later, though.
Hey, Curt, do you know if there's any place in Scripture where like laws of logic is kind of like alluded to or laid out?
There are nothing remotely like the Aristotelian laws of logic in the Scriptures, as far as I know.
You got voted the master debater. How do you feel?
I'm going to Disneyland.
Where's the Gatorade?
No, you're not. Don't do that.
I know he's going to Disney World, right?
Don't do that.
I'm definitely not going to Disney World. No.
Who would want to go to Florida?
I'd rather go to Euro Disney.
Ooh, there we go. Or Japan Disney.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be buying tickets for that.
I did it in 91. It wasn't so bad. Disney World in
Euro Disney?
No. With Disney World in Florida.
Yeah.
It wasn't so bad back in 91.
No, now I can't go to Orlando after watching Book of Mormon.
The most absurd thing to me is that like the Orthodox proposing presuppositionalist Christian ideas is like, you guys are all heretics.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
it's so baffling to me.
Don't like half of them use modal logic? Isn't that heretical?
Oh, yes. It like there's no logic in the Bible, but like Orthodox is literally like, well, the Bible's not right, and it's like,
so,
duh.
So Curt, I got a question. So I jumped in the middle of that, in the back half, and I was like, "Go ahead and present an argument." And he's like, "I've been presenting an argument." I don't know. I don't feel like he was presenting much of an argument. He was just
No, I think he presented Presup, but the problem with Presup is you need to back up premise 1, and he just refused to do so.
Right.
Well, he kept saying
maybe
that.
Maybe I should have phrased it better, but I just didn't feel like he was presenting an he's like making a claim and wasn't providing an argument, and it's like come on, at a certain point you gotta justify your shit, and like you need more arguments, or like give us something, evidence, like so that people can judge, because right now you're just like saying stuff and there's no link, nobody's understanding what you're trying to say, right?
Well, I feel bad
they're
because
understanding, but they're not getting there's no link to it, right?
I prepped for a position where he would not abandon the concept of God having JTB as quickly as he did. Like, he literally just immediately jettisoned that And like much
Is that
of
like
my
an instant concession?
I mean, I don't know. But then what I was going to try to get was like to try to get him to understand that like Hebbian learning is like a mechanism we fully understand, and we know how it like happens developmentally, and we understand where it can work really well and where it can go wrong, and how it can lead to like spectacular performance, and how it can also lead to like major psychopathology. But he just couldn't get past like basic structural characteristics of like how life exists. So
Curt, this is an issue I think I found with many presuppositionalists, is that they don't understand the need to justify. They think an argument is proof. And I don't think that we could ever
No, they think that arguments are
win
evidence.
with that position. Or sorry, arguments are evidence. They think arguments are evidence. And I don't
Arguments
think we can
are
ever
proof,
win.
100%.
Well, Tacos, you were in chat when Jim Bob said nothing is self-evident, right?
Oh, fucking Jim Bob.
Are there self-evident things, Taco? Are self-evident
It
things?
was like a couple of days ago. Yeah, Jim Bob's like, nothing is self-evident. There's nothing that's self-evident at all. Well, if that's the case, then Presup is done. Because Presup is based on things being self-evident. And if you have to demonstrate Presup with evidence and like...
Oh, howdy. Interesting thing. Both Jim Bob and Eli said that Christian theology isn't derivable through reason.
Oh, Curt, do you know the first law of Flurf?
No, I don't.
I do.
The first law of Duncan or Donald, you want to give it to me?
Yeah, the first law
Nobody.
is that every Flurf citation will refute that what the Flurf said, or is that the second law?
That's the first one, but I think that's their issue. They don't understand that they'll use a line of logic, and then they'll fight that exact same line of logic being used against them.
Yeah.
Everything they cite can be equally used against them, but they think their argument is correct, so they must be right.
Yeah.
They don't have any interpretation of it. It's like arguing with Flurfs. It's fruitless.
When Tacos asked him for the argument and then he gave the argument, he then just claimed, he just like stated outright, I demonstrated premise 1.
Yeah, but they think stating the argument is they think that stating it is validity. They don't understand the concept.
They think like restating it in different words is like showing it to be the case.
Like, no, we want you to back it up. We want you to provide proof. Not even proof, just anything. Sorry, Donald.
Oh, no, you're fine. I don't even remember what I was going to say.
Yeah, so that was abysmal. He didn't listen to anything I talked to him about weeks ago. And you did great, Curt.
Thanks.
You did do awesome.
You did do great, Curt. You did awesome.
I feel kind of disappointed at all the stuff I prepped that I didn't ever get to use, but that's okay. That happened with all the debates, I think.
Yes, they never talk about what the debate is actually about. They're always that should be another law of Flurf, because they do the same thing. They're always going to go from topic to topic to topic until they find a topic that you're weak on, and then they're going to zone in on that. That's why I've made such a broad knowledge base, even just surface level of like as many things as I could. It took 2 years doing that before I ever talked to anybody online.
The problem I really find is that a lot of people on this side of the argument that will engage in these types of things want to provide information. They want to provide the best they understand it. So they'll go down any rabbit trail that the theists propose. And instead of actually trying, Curt does a very good job of actually arguing the points and staying on topic, but same way Flurfs will narrow in on that one thing you don't understand, Presups will do the same damn thing. And
yes, they will. They're identical.
Yeah.
Arguing with a Presup is identical to arguing with a Flurf.
Yeah, they have no actual anything that you can narrow down and beat them on is a red herring, and anything that they understand slightly better or can out articulate you on, they win. So all
They
the
think
argument
they win.
made up until then is nothing. They win.
Well, and like just the way that they do that, like, oh, so you're saying like things stop having identity? That's crazy. Like this guy's crazy. It's just like the tactic always becomes overgeneralize like a word or a question and then attack them because they gave an answer that was like, you know.
Well, nobody on fire. The irony there is that they're confusing identity with distinction and individuation. That's what they did for about an hour.
Yes.
Shit, guys. I forgot. Like 2 weeks ago, we decided that if somebody drops a slur on the panel, their position is immediately false. So, welcome to Atheism,
Game over.
Eli.
Game over.
It's been determined that your position is false and you're an atheist and all your argumentation has failed. Sorry, I forgot about that for a second, guys.
Is there a time limit on the slurs? Because like, can I use like an ancient Greek slur and be like, he's a barbar for barbarian, or like?
No,
you can call him a babar. No. He can be an elephant king.
He's a babar.
Does TBS have a bounty? Let me see.
No,
he was up earlier.
No,
was it crazy to anyone else that he would do it and then like he'd be like, "Wait, did I say it?" And you're like, yeah, dude, you did. He's like, no, I didn't say the slur again. The slur. I would never say the slur. And you're like, holy, are you okay?
So that's what I was going to say earlier was like, there's this weird, like emotional latching on to these words that us 90s people used. And like, I just don't get like this weird, like, oh, you're like taking away words.
Dude, I grew up with it. Everybody in my high school used it. Everybody called everybody as the our word for a slow person, right? Or
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
or a mistake or something. Yeah.
I was a white kid in a grade school that was private in the 70s.
Right.
It's been around for a while.
As you may imagine, I heard a lot of words that I no longer use.
Right. All I'm saying is there was that, and I'm with you. There was that and so many other words that, well, people don't use these days, right? But it's not that hard to change your language.
And it's not the evil, spooky government
here correcting you. You got people here actively correcting you, saying, please don't do that. Please don't do that. And then you have Donald, who's an emotional little bitch, crying about it like a little fucking baby, right? Like at least respond to Donald, who's like crying about it, right? Like if you have somebody crying about it like that in front of you, at least be like, yeah, okay, I'll stop, right? It's kind of a dick move to be like, no. Although I do get the movement of people that are like, I'm not gonna do your thing, right? But I guess it kind of depends on what that thing that you're gonna ignore is, right?
Okay, I'm gonna say one more thing and then I'm gonna go sleep. Pretty much, Mike Tyson said it right when people are haven't been punched in the face enough recently for talking shit. And, I really agree with that on the internet because, whatever. But anyway, you guys have a good evening. I'll talk to you later.
That's probably true.
My favorite moment of the debate was when I got him to admit that Aristotle formulated the laws of logic with no justification.
That was amazing, by the way. I cannot believe you said, would you like this rake? And he's like, why, yes. Can I put my foot right there? And then he was like, gosh, my nose hurts. How did that happen? Right. It was actually startling that he just let you do that.
I was just stunned.
When Hazel says, Curt, I missed a debate, but great job converting Eli. Congrats, Eli. Welcome to atheism, brother. Thank you, Hazel, for the membership chat.
I think my favorite part was after the debate when
congrats on
physics
7
wasn't
months.
the same on Mars. That was great.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was so weird because they kept switching. It was actually genuinely hard to track what they were saying because they kept switching what they meant.
Eli was constantly equivocating, and and it was very obvious, and I didn't want to like call it out because it's a fallacy, and I don't know. Like, it was hard enough for me to be like mod and be like, hey, can you present an argument for what you're saying or what's going on, right? But
I also
anyways, Vincent is asking, any atheists believe in things that are immaterial? That's the Australian Vincent that calls in once in a while.
Sure.
Yeah. There are physical fields and like wave functions that aren't made of material.
Like properties, you probably have to like in nominalists, I guess. Well, I don't know. Is it fair to say that what nominalists believe in is immaterial? I don't know if that's being misrepresentative of the position.
I don't think
I would think I mean, it depends on the nominalist, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't think it matters if you well I guess immaterial would be like quantum fields in that they're not material but they're physical. So I guess there is it depends on probably though on how you classify things too, right? Because there's different ways that people distinguish things, right? And
yeah,
I would say the answer is almost certainly yes. You could probably just say yes, but almost certainly yes is probably safe depending on how you define those terms.
I mean, I just thought it was interesting that like when we were doing the back and forth and I was talking to him about like, what is the word grounding doing here besides intensifying? Like, what is the actual thing that is the grounding? And he didn't even push back on that it was intensifying, which I did kind of expect him to do. But no, he's like, well, yeah, it's obviously it's intensifying.
Look at that gnome. Look at that gnome right there. That little gnome. That little gnome.
Yeah, Kieran Dave caught him in the infinite regress of the grounding.
Yeah, that was I was listening to it and I'm like, man, I've been wanting to run, like, no one ever does this in front of me. I've always wanted to say this. It was like my moment.
Yeah, you did well.
Well, and like obviously the grounding relation, like you got to like describe it, right? And like say like what the function is. But I also like the weird thing I see when I see tag is that they start talking about like a necessary precondition for like, you know, knowledge or like epistemology or whatever. And then they just like assert in some hidden premise that like it's also necessary that logic or knowledge exists as an abstract in a mind and or in an eternal mind that's primary to the world. And that
he put in a creator as well.
Yeah. Well, and these things couldn't be, you know, built from the ground up by observing how things behave in reality.
True tech. Atheists don't get voted for, or if they do, it's at extremely low rates.
Yeah, you can't admit you're an atheist in America still to this day. Not if you want to get
criminals are regarded more highly by the average American than atheists.
It's crazy because there's more theists that are criminals than probably all of the atheists in America.
Wait, Curt, is that true?
Yeah. They asked people in America, would you rather have your child marry? And they gave a list of different descriptions, and atheist was the lowest.
They also did a Pew poll in the early 2000s where they asked who would you vote for president, an atheist or a homosexual, and a homosexual I think got 60% and an atheist was something like 18%. It was really
what? Yeah, wow, I should stop telling people. Wow.
Messed up.
Yeah, if you want to have a political future, I would not.
I'm just like open with everyone in my life. I'm just.
I don't talk about. I was at a gas station and I like, God damn it, slit my lips. And this motherfucker turns to me and says, "Don't you talk like that. Don't you say that. Don't you use my Lord's name in vain."
Oof.
Well, I think you just ran into a weirdo.
Man, you should just be like, you're a fucking weirdo, dude. Your God doesn't exist, man.
That's like 50% of the population.
Pull like a cafe and like go full wide open drug eyes, like
I thought you were gonna drink his pee.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
too. You can drink
just as a surprise move. He'll never see it coming. You can't fail to win.
That's a nice backup. You know, if everything else fails.
That's like some weird way for like
do not do that in
100 dudes to beat the tiger.
It will hasten your. It will make your death come faster, not slower. If you drink your own pee in a survival situation, don't do it.
I had to play the Yellow Rain at the start. I wanted to hear that really bad. It's a fun song.
Are there any theists left on stage?
They wanted me to play the Robin song earlier, and the Robin song is like 5 minutes or some shit. I'm like, come on, guys! They asked for like these like 5 and 6 minute songs when it's like a super chat goal, and we're in the middle. It's like, come on, guys! I get it, but that's a long time to derail, you know.
You got to start.
You lose me when I'm watching and the song comes on, and
just get a tablet to take notes.
Hey, J Money, if your lurk can come up and give you like your theist buddy to freak some support.
I would love to talk to a theist about God or a necessary being. That'd be cool. I mean, I can argue for a taco's necessary being. I mean, that's something.
You hold to a necessary being, don't you?
Pounded right now.
Yeah, poor DeFreak.
Yeah,
we leave DeFreak's private life out of this.
Also, very important people. Let's get all the super chats in. So if you're loving this show, please make sure to submit a super chat. Makes all the difference in the world. I know a bunch of y'all have been forgetting to submit those super chats. Now is the time. Don't forget to do it. It's very important.
Hey, Tacos.
Well, Tacos, you need to put up another goal.
I'm doing that. I'm working. It takes a minute.
Hey, Taco, is there a way of sending you like a super chat type situation, but you get more than 60%? Like, is there a way that I can give you some money and you get all of that money besides super chat?
Yeah, you can PayPal me.
Okay.
Breakfast tacos email@gmail.com. You PayPal me. And I can take your money on PayPal, but it's not going to show up on anything.
Could you make a new, like a new notification line for that, and a new notification noise, like a different Dogman mating call?
I don't have any alerts for that, but I think I can set up Ko-Fi to do it. I just am hesitant to give too many websites access to my YouTube account because it's my career.
So it's going to be a few months.
But I think I can do it with Ko-Fi, which I have the PayPal link to. I'm pretty sure I can. I just am hesitant to log into it.
It's going to be a few months, but I'm going to be able to give you like a
theist support helpline. What up,
Zilly?
What's up, everybody?
I want to give Justin some money. I want to give. Have you ever heard of Evidence First on TikTok? I'm going to give that motherfucker some money.
Oh, Kurt's asking, is J Money playing Resident Evil now? Yes, he is. I'm watching him play it right now. I'm streaming it on my second window.
Is he any good?
Donald, what about?
He's died 73 times today.
Donald, what were you saying about Cody? About Evidence First?
Oh, is that his real name? I was just saying
he's got the glasses and like the brunette hair.
I'm going to be coming into a tiny bit of money, and I'm going to give a little bit to a few atheists too.
Nailing your boot waiting if you overtalk, man.
A conditional potion?
Yeah.
Conditional potion. Poison.
No, it's not. It's more like a conditional poison or some shit.
Yeah.
You've been hexed, Zill.
The arrow's on its way, and it's to be determined whether or not you move out of the way.
Yeah. Just don't overtalk people, and you're good.
It's like Final Destination, and you're driving behind
it. Appreciated.
Yeah. Like
also, I'm going to be starting a crowd fund for getting water bottles and a little bit of canned food to homeless people around my area for summer, to make sure that they don't like dehydrate too badly. And it's going to be a little bit before I get it running, but I would love some support from anybody.
Donald, have you talked to Cody on Evidence First?
No, I just watch him on YouTube.
You should talk to him on. I get on his panel sometimes. Have you ever seen me up there?
Oh, your voice does sound familiar. Yeah. What's your name? I can't read it right now. I don't have my glasses on.
It's just nobody all the time. But
nobody.
So, but he's got like his homie that's in school for. He's like a Welsh dude that lives in the U.S. that's in school for evolutionary biology or something. And then I go up there and talk to people with him sometimes too. What I like about Cody is how oh yeah, dude, he'll let you up. Just tell him you know me, and like you were the reason I felt compelled to talk to you about it when you mentioned it is that I feel like you would get along with him really well, and you'd serve a purpose
cool
on the panel.
He's
he's all right.
So is nobody on fire? Is Cody in the chat? Evidence First on YouTube.
Yeah,
he's on TikTok, but he restreams on YouTube.
Oh right, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a young kid, but he's like he's doing his own thing. He's like an empiricist, basically.
I think I missed one too. Maybe no, we're good.
Hey, Taco.
So we got Curt protection for Nobody on Fire, and then Curt protection for New UG. I thought I missed one on there too, but I think I got them all. It missed like.
I also want to help support them. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Curt, thanks for the membership, bro. I'm a not idiot. Thanks to you, bro. Thank you, dude.
It must feel good.
It feels amazing, dude. Thank you, man.
Epic.
I also super want to support the deconstruction
Shout out
people.
Curt.
Did we get a Ben?
They're
Thorpe
doing really good though. Sorry.
Oh my God, what was that with the Thorpes last night?
I don't know. Everybody, I got some shit for it. I'm like,
Dude,
look, this is an open look. I want to say, and then Nobody on Fire protected Curt. Thank you as well. Let me get that added on. The Thorpes have always been very kind to me, as you guys know. Unless it's like somebody that, I mean, pretty much everybody I pull up on the panel. Literally, there's like nobody that unless they have a bounty, I don't. Those are the only people I don't pull up on the panel. And they've always been kind to me. Like they came on like 6 months ago. They came on yesterday. They were chill. I thanked them for coming on. That was it, right? They did their thing. I bitched at them for saying horrible things to Eric. I was kind of pissed about that. Skeptics and Scoundrels. And somebody, I don't remember who else, but they said something horrible to someone else. And so kind of pissed about that. But,
hey, I thought I saw them on either.
They're chill to me. And so
I was really trying to talk to them, and Ben was just like, he hated me, and like talking to Grace is okay, but like it just kept derailing into like, you dumb atheists. And I don't know.
Yeah, he's being lowbrow.
Protection for the freak.
And you brought him back,
$5 protection potion too.
Yeah, I brought him back.
You paid for him to be revived.
Yeah,
you got him a Phoenix down, bro.
Yeah,
what
like,
took like
I was like, I don't want to.
Last night.
I didn't want to.
Now they're making like
and then Vincent DeVecchis. I debated with a Fugazi, a Christian, and he just copies Andrew Wilson. If you're going to prove God exists, you use one slice of the cake and say this is the proof. Objective truth exists outside of our ability to perceive it. Thank you very much for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Then we have an incoherent super chat from Frosty as normal. Potion for Howdy. Strength potion gives +5 strength for 2 minutes when confronted by a theist. First rebuttal. That's not
actually that's very coherent for Frosty.
Well, that's not an option. That's not a thing or a business option. So it's totally incoherent. It's because there's like rules to the system, and it's just that's not even within the rules of the system.
Presented as a syllogism.
But I just still want to make
Frosty.
clear, I understand what's in Frosty's head from that super chat. Whereas most of the time, I could not tell you for the life of me.
It just doesn't really comport with reality. That's the problem.
I think we need Duck to come and interpret that. Probably.
Maybe we need to play Dungeons and Dragons with Frosty.
A bloodbath between Duck and Frosty. That's what we need right now.
A 6-hour bloodbath between.
No, dude, fucking Eden's like, I want to debate fucking Eli. I'm like, no way. That would be so boring. I couldn't do that. No, Eden. I like you, bro, but you're never doing a mega bloodbath. There's just no way. I'm sorry, dude. Some people just aren't made for them.
Survey said he could do it. Oh, that was you doing the soundboard tonight, DeFreak?
Yeah, it was Freak.
Nice. I liked some of them. You did a good job, DeFreak.
Some people just aren't made for it. Nobody on fire.
All right, I'll take your word.
Some people.
Yeah, that was me.
I don't know how to explain. I probably shouldn't explain it, but
so just to, like with the Thorpes last night, the Santa Claus argument was
I never understood
atrocious.
That was insane to me as a Christian.
And
that was
first and
absolutely
foremost,
insane.
Like, I don't think they know Eric grew up JW, but like all JW kids never, ever get told about Santa. They don't celebrate Christmas. They don't have any holidays.
Mm-hmm. They can't dance. They can't
They were
dance.
trying to say, they were trying to say
like, there's
the
no
story is immoral.
chance. There's no chance that like he's gonna buy into like not telling your kids Santa Claus isn't real is like immoral. No, like it's. And again, like I never lied to my son once about Santa Claus. I never told him anything that I didn't think was true. And I don't think he ever really believed it. It's just like a family thing, right? The family wants kids to think it's real, so they like play along with it.
They were trying to make it a moral argument. Like, is it immoral to say this? And it was so weird. I
just think it's absolutely not immoral to tell your kid a true thing.
Yeah.
Like it might be a bad choice or like there might be facts you might want to shield them from, but it's certainly not the non-existence of the Tooth Fairy and Santa.
Well,
go ahead. Sorry.
I thought nobody was giving arguments where the benefits of the lie would be magical excitement as a child or learning that it's better to do good over time or something.
Yeah, so all I was saying was that like they're not really saying anything because I can grant you that like maybe this is a fun thing for a child to like partake in. Like that's fine, but I don't see the correlation between that and God, and I feel like it's almost damning.
They should have never. That should have
It's like
never been said.
right. It's like damning to even make that correlation.
Yeah, it should have never been said.
Unless you just think that it's like useful to be religious.
Disavow.
I was wondering if we got an update from their court hearing today.
Yeah, that was weird too.
Oh God,
dude, I drank a lot of beer last night, so
honestly,
you were up late.
What were they in court for? Because didn't he say it was like his 15th
divorce?
Or divorce?
Oh God.
Sounds
But
like
they're
fun.
also
definitely something you want to take your daughter to.
No, they're also like suing. Can I mention another creator on here?
No, I would just avoid the drama.
Hey. So I generally tell people to just avoid talking.
All right, I'll avoid it.
Other
But
individuals unnecessarily.
Okay, I will not. They are doing weird legal things, and I think it's for the cloud and the drama of it. Also,
the Trump tactic.
Judging.
Okay, yeah. Also, guys, I've seen the Thorpes recently because I'd be hanging out on the Talcott channel, and they go over there more often than you think. Like,
really?
Yeah,
they're on Jack.
I
like
sleep
Talcott
now during Jack's time, but they're over there pretty often.
Yeah, he lets people up there.
It didn't make any sense, this idea that Catholicism makes people so much better, but here I am going to like diminish your manhood and like say all kinds of terrible shit and tell you to like shove stuff up your ass that's talking about being nice.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And Vincent says Frosty is playing RuneScape. Thank you, Vincent, for the super chat. Greatly appreciated.
It's a bold accusation. Yeah, that was weird. Like, I was trying to be nice to Ben, and he just like hated me.
And you
were so wishy on everything.
You brought him back. That's what pissed me off the most.
That was just
He
crazy.
was such a dick to you after you literally paid to have a conversation with him.
I was literally like I was okay in my head. I was like, okay, this conversation isn't the worst conversation I've ever had, and now we're fucking going to gang up on Grace. Like, no, I will give tacos money, and we can continue to have this dumb argument. And then
it was very entertaining. So I appreciated your purchase as well. It was very entertaining.
I think good. I'm sure a lot of people were like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah, but then they're like,
"Yeah,
crazy."
Yeah, point of moderation.
You were definitely out of it.
There is a super chat from Hizzle that got missed.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, problem is Santa doesn't visit poor kids.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ! True,
no. True. That hurts my heart.
Oh wait,
thank you, Hizzle.
Just like God.
Sounds like something Joe Biden would say.
I don't want to hear it.
Do you think are you saying that's? Oh no, I can't say that.
Oh, also there was a misstatement of fact last night. I think Denizen said that diarrhea is the #1 killer. It hasn't been the #1 killer for quite some time. It was when I was in medical school.
In the
but no, the #1 killer is definitely heart disease now.
Oh,
interesting.
Huh?
Isn't medical malpractice like #3 or something?
No.
All right.
That sounds unlikely.
That study is one of the stupidest studies ever published. And the fact that it got through peer review should be an embarrassment to JAMA for publishing it. But much more importantly, the fact that the authors ended up being celebrated by a bunch of like bizarre and frankly like terrible people is just more reason to think that, you know, those authors, Ioannidis, Wakefield, all these guys, they're being funded, and they're being funded by billionaires. With Ioannidis, I can prove to you he's being funded by billionaires.
When was the study? What year?
Oh, it was back in the 90s, I think.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
And what they did was they went through like ICU charts and tried to find if there had been any kind of mistake before the person died, which, of course, there were mistakes. But they're in the ICU. Mm-hmm. They're not in the ICU because someone made a mistake.
Right.
They're in the ICU and then a mistake took place. So it's not the same thing. It's like saying EMTs cause back fractures because they pick people up out of cars and then the people get diagnosed with back fractures after they get picked up out of the cars.
What would you say is the general mortality rate coming out of the ICU, like overall percentage? Is it like 50-50 because of the severity, or is
typical
it like
ICU is going to have mortality rates that are around 20 to 30%, depending on the case mix. Right? It depends on your community. Yeah. But most people who go into an ICU leave. ICUs are great. Like before there were ICUs, these people would have all died on med-surg floors, or at least not. They wouldn't have all died, but they would have been much more likely to die.
Somebody
were you ever on an ICU
and it's full right now? So if you'd like to join the panel, just kick somebody. It's $25. Just kick them.
J Money, you should have like
just got here.
You should have a protection, J Money.
Anybody you'd like to kick. No, protections don't go over the previous day.
Oh, that's right. It was yesterday.
Protection potions wear off or
so good.
They have a timer, right?
Hey, Tacos.
They expire.
How can we mix in like rolling dice into the gamification of it too? Like rolling a nat 20. Could that do something?
No.
I guess you do the math.
Okay, just a suggestion.
the
That's
answer.
fine.
No.
The GM has spoken.
And then Nobody on Fire says protect J Money. Maybe if we
There we go, J Money.
Maybe if we play D&D or something, but otherwise no.
Would you do a D&D night?
Can I just quickly wade in
I mean,
I
mean,
I'd play.
He's building a D&D game right now.
No, I kind of gave up on that, and I'm working on something else instead. But
it's still being built. Then it's still being built.
Technically,
cool.
I mean, I could have if I spent like I could have a game ready for tomorrow for like 6 people if I really wanted to. I just don't know. That's gonna be a lot of work, and
well, keep it in mind. Maybe people will be interested.
I just don't think anybody's going to care. I think it's going to be boring for people that aren't interested in that type of thing, and nobody's going to want to watch it. I just don't know if it's what people want to watch.
I just want to quickly wade in on the Father Christmas thing, super quick, if that's all right. I've got 2 young kids, and they still both believe in Father Christmas. I hope they're not watching right now. One area where I've found with the white lie of Santa Claus that, well, there's actually 2 really. One, there's using it as a motivational tool to control behavior, morally stating that if Father Christmas won't give you presents because if you're not good, I think that's like you can draw a straight line through sort of like manipulation to like Christianity and stating if you're bad, then you go straight to hell. It's not the same on the same level, but it's the same manipulation. It's the same tactic. And the other thing as well is with regards to socioeconomics, like they're all kids, they're all in school. And if they all think all of their presents every Christmas come from Santa Claus and they think that those presents are attached to how good or bad they've been, well, some parents economically are able to give their children more presents than others. So when they're comparing their presents, which they inevitably do when they go to school, the kid who's got a fucking orange thinks he's been bad, and the kid who's got like the latest best games console thinks he's been the best kid in the world, and that might not actually be the case. So what we do with our
certainly not the case.
But, there's a good tactic you can use, John. I use this with my kids: is that we have some presents from Santa. And
that's exactly what we do. That's exactly what we do with like the little like the selection, the chocolate selection boxes from Santa. It's like Happy Christmas from Santa, and then everything else is labeled from the family member that it's come from, and it just levels that socioeconomic playing field then. But yeah, that's just you know, this I don't think like treating children like children in most circumstances is obviously completely reasonable, but like manipulating them in that way, I think is not really on. It doesn't.
It's
really
just such a strange argument to make. It's like, your kids love Santa, right? Why not try a bit of Jesus as well?
Yeah. That's why I said it's self-damning. I was like, what are you doing? Like, is he real or not? Don't do this. Don't follow your father, Grace. Don't do it.
My little boy knows there's no Santa Claus. You ain't gonna be looking up to no fictional dude. I'm gonna get you everything you need till you're grown.
How old is he, if you don't mind me asking?
6. So you know.
Oh, so you crushed his spirit early then.
Yeah, man. He never built that spirit in the first place. I did get him presents. I always get it to him. I wrap him. I give it to him. But ain't no Santa Claus, bro. That joint.
Yeah, no. His spirit is just his spirit has now been dispersed elsewhere in more important areas, you know.
Yeah, no, I was just kidding, nobody. Like it's how, like, whether you raise your kids, like there are millions of kids, billions of children probably around the world that are born, raised, and have become perfectly healthy and serviceable members of society without the conception of Father Christmas.
Of course,
yeah.
Well, the point I wanted to make, obviously didn't get a chance to, was it's probable that the historical Saint Nicholas is as close to the like genuine Father Christmas or Santa Claus as the historical Jesus is to the Christian Jesus.
But in the United States, can you imagine if there was a fat guy coming down the chimney who's there to bring your kids presents? He would get shot immediately.
Not a good look. Well, but in Moore's original story, he's like microscopic. He's like a tiny little elf.
Curt, didn't the real St. Nicholas punch someone at the Council of Rome?
Oh yeah, he's like, again, the real St. Nicholas had like literally nothing to do with what we talk about now.
Yeah. Well,
Did he have a beard though?
Do you know why he's red as well?
Coca-Cola.
It was the product of an advertising campaign. Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm American. Yeah, I remember that. All right, I learned that about my weird culture.
Yeah, it used to be green.
He was also
again,
he was all sorts of colors. He was
Isn't
red
it
and white. He was green
interesting
and white,
that people can develop an affinity fixation for a concept and uncritically adopt a bundle of beliefs without examining each one?
Yeah, of course. I mean, but that's humans from left to right, top to bottom, really.
All the time, everywhere. Exactly.
We're predisposed to it.
Yeah, it's from the social nature of our groups.
See you later, freak.
Yes,
Hey, Tucker,
Later,
what do
freak.
you have scheduled coming up?
Absolutely nothing. This is my life now, to freak.
I mean, like no scheduled debates, no nothing like.
No, I'm being a little more selective with them.
As far as I can tell, Tacos and Bloodbath debates a little bit. Since I've been aware of your channel, it's been a little bit like the rising of the sun. I don't think you've failed to stream any single day since.
No, yeah, I'm just being a little bit more selective with the people that I allow to have the 1v1 platform, because it's a lot of time to dedicate on the channel to 2 people.
Do you know Layman's or Charles Layman's seminary or whatever channel?
No.
Okay.
You're and Dave, you're killing me.
I mean,
he's a debater and stuff. Like he's on like the Smoky Saint side, kind of. I think they fractured off, but he's pretty intense and like he raps. Like he can rap on the fly and like he'll dominate in a debate and then he'll rap on you and then like it's over.
You think you could keep up with me in rap or what?
I'm trying to recruit him over here.
And then Frosty, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Fear of God the Father is completely real. You know that it's real when the kids develop twitches and effeminate dispositions in their soul."
What
the fuck?
That's back to the Frosty that I know, where I
hang on.
could not even get that into my head. What is he?
Dude.
Are we sure Frosty isn't some kind of like intelligence asset and he's just dumping info in code?
Or he's a troll?
Frosty is a psyop.
Or he's an entire troll.
Like, the fear of God is real when kids effectively develop PTSD. Oh, great. Thanks very much.
Yeah,
I mean, like nervous twitches. And what the fuck does it mean to have an effeminate disposition in their soul?
Well, I think he's implying that only kids that exist are men, because like if it's a female kid, of course they're going to be effeminate because they're feminine.
But that doesn't.
It's real when
We all know. We've all come across like an effeminate male and a masculine female. Like the concept of a tomboy isn't new to anybody.
Yeah, like is he saying it's real when the kids develop? Okay, and then we have these two things. But is he with effeminate? Is he saying like weakness? Because I would disavow that, and then I would say like, how are you quantifying that these things are weak? It sounds like he's saying weakness and like.
Well, he's definitely making a distinction between masculine and effeminate twitches. So the fear of God must not produce masculine twitches in the
masculine twitches. Yeah.
Is he talking about a tremor or like a tick, like someone with
It is possible that we're trying to pass rationally a drug-addled brain or somebody who suffered like a blunt force trauma.
I got you, Josiah. I'm going to drop down, Taco. Thank you.
Later.
Good seeing you, DeFreak.
See you, DeFreak.
Is he thinking Tourette's comes from like being given the fear of God the Father?
Feminine Tourette's.
Well, have you guys? I was saying to Taco the other day, but there was next to nobody on stream. Have you guys seen the Davidson at the BAFTA Awards? Like what's been going on with him? The guy who
it's interesting.
He's a Tourette's campaigner, and he's been campaigning for literally decades. He's a guy who suffers with Tourette's in Scotland, basically the most belligerent, fighty country on earth, and he can't walk down the street without calling somebody a cunt. Like unintentionally.
Yeah, me neither.
He just got his ass handed to him on a daily basis, and he was campaigning for awareness of it. And at the
I have the same. I have the same
problem. Or
sorry,
what part of Scotland is he in?
He was Glasgow. I think he was.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would move to Shetland. He just needs to move to Shetland.
The story is
That's
messed
his solution.
up. Though. The story is terribly messed up because, like, somehow the BBC managed to bleep out other people supporting Palestine, but
I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah, didn't bleep out this dude saying the N-word, right?
They also bleeped him out saying the F word to Alan Cummins. He shouted that out, and they bleeped that out, but they didn't bleep out the N-word.
So I think the cynic in me thinks what they did was that their ratings are shit. Like their ratings are fucking garbage. So I think what they did was they bleeped out people calling like Free Palestine in their speeches. They bleeped out loads of other slurs. They bleeped out loads. They had like a 2-hour delay. Not only it wasn't just like a 30-second delay where they just didn't have time to think about it. They had a fucking meeting about this before they decided to bleep it out or not. Like and I think what they did was our ratings are shit. Let's generate a bit of controversy because this guy gets a pass because he can't help it. Like the world will go, it's okay. He didn't mean it because of literally the condition that he has. So I think they used him, and I think that's I don't know that for a fact, but that's the only rational reason I can think why the fuck they did it.
That's a conspiracy, for sure.
Well, like I said, I'm not making a conspiracy theory. That's what I think. I have no information to back it up, but that's what I think they did. Because
I mean, if his Tourette's is that bad, I mean, Glasgow's not a great place to live, but even Vancouver would be a problem.
As far as like, I don't want to like derail what you guys are talking about now. I did want to say I commend Donnie for his let's say performance tonight. It was very very entertaining. I had a lot. I was laughing. Name, bitch. I was laughing very hard.
Yeah, I would stick to Donald.
Yeah, I was wondering when Donald was going to come out.
Yeah.
I was worried about your blood pressure for a minute, Donald.
Yeah, he was.
He was screaming.
That was not even.
He was in the right. That's the problem.
I've called you DC before, and you didn't get prickly at that. You don't mind.
No,
DC,
I don't mind that. I don't mind DC.
No, but think about it. No one says DC
Donnie
to him in real life. If people in real life say Donnie, he probably has. Oh, true.
DC's cool.
But I will say,
it's just not Donnie. Like if he doesn't like Donnie, then he doesn't like Donnie. So
as far as what Eli, as far as what you say your real name is Donnie? Is that what you said?
Oh my God, Jace.
What are you doing?
Is that what he said? Is that what Donald said?
No.
His name is Donald.
Opposite of what I said.
His name is Donald, and we want to avoid Donnie. Yeah.
Wait, we can't call him Donnie?
We want to avoid it.
Yes. Oh, okay. We want to. Okay, I don't, but I understand.
It's C, not Osmond.
Right. He wants to avoid it, so we won't.
Gotcha. Everyone can see what you're doing, Josiah. Everyone knows.
No. I did want to. Technically, I did want to say something. So as far as what Eli was saying earlier about the whole where he was talking about planets like Earth and Mars, there is an argument to be made that like I was thinking about this while he was saying it, whereas like there literally are no distinctions between particular objects because all the atoms, everything that makes up everything is all connected. Like this computer monitor is just as connected to me as it is to this desk. But whenever we exist and we're here and we have like a subjective experience to differentiate between like I don't want to like say the distinctive objects, but like we make that distinctions ourselves.
Can I ask a clarifying question? What do you mean by connected?
Well, when I say connected, I mean like they're touching, like they're
in a system.
Yeah,
So-
we're all like in this pocket together. And when like he was acting like you were saying something entirely like unreasonable or like crazy, and I was like, bro, he's like this. I don't think this is controversial at all.
Right. So one of the things that Eli is going to rely on is that when he says that things have identity, outside of like people identifying them, that sounds really weird. If you just think about it, they have identity, but they haven't been identified. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Now, what he's doing is he's sliding between what we call the law of identity and then what we call it to be actual or to be the case. And so, yes, one of these things is independent of minds. It is the case that Mars existed before there were minds. Now, when we ask, does it have identity? We need to clarify what we mean by identity. If we're saying Mars equals Mars, then I would say that you're saying nothing. So I don't care about that. Now, if I don't care about that, then my next question becomes, what do you mean by identity? Because I don't like that one. That one doesn't work. You're just saying nothing. You're saying A equals A. Yes, A equals A. This is trivial. I don't know if I care. And then, but then he'll say, oh, you're saying A doesn't equal A? And it's like, dude.
Yeah, I think the
what
real,
are we doing here?
Yeah, I think the question, like to get as specific as possible, is like does the object, like, because we were talking about a rock earlier. You guys were talking about a rock and talking about Hawaii and California and shit like that. But it's like, does, like, let's say we identify a particular rock, we call this rock as in and identify it being in Hawaii, and we're specifically talking about that one. Whatever question he was asking earlier about that specific rock easily could just be broken down specifically, saying this rock that we are currently identifying today, if we all disappeared, would that rock still, like, would it be here and not in California, or something like that?
That's
Whatever
the
he's
fallacy
bringing in.
right there.
And
That's the
yes. Yes. So
Well,
he's
but-
saying,
Why is that a
is it still in
fallacy?
Hawaii? And then we have to ask all these questions like,
it's a reification fallacy.
Yeah, what do you mean? Does Hawaii exist? There's no observers. What do you mean it's Hawaii?
Yeah, like,
still?
I mean, the thing that we are identifying as Hawaii would still exist, but like
Sure.
the like the concept of Hawaii would no longer exist because
Yeah,
there's
it's called the
nothing,
map
there would
and
be nothing there to
territory
hold the concept.
Yeah.
So it's called
so
the map
it-
and
it-
territory fallacy. So you're confusing the map for the territory.
He also
territory
he
fallacy.
also did a lot of
Well, does the matter exist there?
well he
Yes.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the matter.
yeah.
Like,
So-
if
I
you-
love
he-
that I
he also-
literally dog walked him on dog breeds. Like he
He did.
realized where he was
Like,
going
he-
on dog breeds, and he's like, "Oh, whoops!"
if
was
you were-
so
if you
funny.
were
He
to-
did
if you were
another
to
thing where he was
if you were to
like-
strip away every single human concept from the universe. If you were to just remove humans from the equation entirely, like just magic wand, snap your fingers, remove people. Matter still exists, objects still exist, energy still exists, time still exists. We're just not here to perceive it anymore.
Math
and all of the
doesn't
concepts
exist
that
in
we
mind.
objects don't exist,
Math
John.
doesn't exist if minds
Objects are
don't
something that require cognition. This
Uh,
is
but-
distinction in
Well,
cognition.
well, there's
No,
a
okay.
distinction. Okay, no humans or no minds.
But the
no,
matter
You
exists,
said minds, I think.
right?
I think
The
he
matter
meant-
No,
exists, right?
Because if there's
In-
still minds, then yes, the concept of an object is going to exist in a mind because the mind is going
But
to have
wait,
an energy.
what-
yeah,
flow.
and an object.
You don't
like
have to
so-
differentiate things.
What
What's the
If there's
I
no
mean,
minds,
yeah, I was going to
then
say
I
what
don't know that
definition.
you do have objects.
What definition of object are you using, Eugene?
Okay,
So,
what I would
like
say
the rock is what I'm thinking
Follows
about
the laws
here.
of
So
okay.
physics.
the rock
thing
as a discrete unit of like silicate that is separate
it
from
is- it
that
is
other
the
rock
case.
over there still exists.
It is
We're
the
just
case.
not there.
It's a
we're
state of
just not
affairs
there
that's
to
in
create
reality.
category anymore of this being a different object. to this object.
Right.
That I
And
will
so
obviously agree with. Yeah.
so then what I would say, or what I would ask you guys, is how do you feel about the fact that like the concept may not exist if there's no minds, and then more minds evolve, right? Or more minds emerge, whatever, after our ceasing of minds. That concept would still have the capability of being obtained, but I don't think it exists if there's no minds.
If it's a description of something that's
Does the matter
in
exist
objective
without
reality,
minds?
anybody can
Yes.
discover it.
Would
If
Well,
the matter,
there was
the
a thing that I
matter,
wanted to get in with him, and that we didn't get a chance to. But like Indo-European speech and like the languages that are very common, typically like privilege, noun, constructions in the way that they talk about things. But like in Arizona, Navajo speech is like much more common on like in the northern part, and Navajo actually privileges verb states almost entirely. Like everything in a Navajo sentence is about the verb, and the verb takes particles on top of it to explain what's going on, so that like if you were to translate it literally into English, you would not say there is a rabbit over there. You would say over there under this, it's rabbiting.
That's more accurate.
This sounds like home.
Also,
Sounds like the
Zil,
poem interpretation.
you're asking about
Yeah.
physical realism.
hilarious.
Like that's the thing.
this is
you're
like
looking for.
actualized reality. If it's actualized, whether a mind is there to observe it or not, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's just like if
actually-
there is a physical world outside of our cognition, outside of our mind,
General
and it would still
relativity
be
and
here.
quantum mechanics.
That's related to this,
That's how you
right?
demonstrate it. Is general relativity and quantum mechanics. That's how you demonstrate stuff exists.
I don't know if
Based,
the theist is
wave-function
required.
realism based.
I don't know though if a theist is ever going to find that compelling though. Like I don't know if that's just useful in a debate like tonight, right?
No, not like tonight. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't help tonight.
Well-
but there are cases where it does help. There's a lot of like quantum woo theists out there, and I love talking to those guys. I've deprogrammed like 10 of them.
Well, and like that's why I sent those super chats where I was just like, Eli, like you're just like asserting these things, and like, okay, you know, we can talk about like the likelihood or the probability of like each assertion, but if you don't like show us how God is allowing for knowledge, or like what He does to ground it, what He does to ground reality, even. Like,
I've
if
never.
we're just asserting it, I fear for you, dude. I think you may
Well,
lose an argument.
They
one day.
never
Wasn't-
answer that
like
question.
today.
Wasn't
Can we
his
also
argument-
can we also talk about how he? Oh, I
His
don't know,
argument
my
was
mic
it's
went.
grounded in creation as the instantiation of the universe from God. That was his
Okay, so
ground, right?
okay, so well, think about it this way, Zil. So if we're just going to say that God did the thing that makes a world have actuality, and so it's like say it's a possible world, and we're looking at a
He
different possible world.
actualized one of infinite possible, right?
Sure. And then say
Wow.
we acknowledge that there's more than one world, or we don't even have to commit to that, but we could say that things could have been different, right?
Yeah.
So if we have to presuppose God for even the world to be possible, then
You're right.
you have backed it up all the way to like literal I mean, I might butcher this ordering of words, but like metaphysical modality itself, the worlds that could be. If I have to presuppose God for there to be a possible world, then you're literally not talking with me as an atheist. Because when I say that there's a possible world that God doesn't exist, then what that means is that your base presupposition eliminates the possibility of my first presupposition. And we're no longer talking about like what the effect of God is, or what God does, or what He does to ground reality or whatever. Like when you run Presup, you're literally saying technically you can't even talk to me right now, or technically everything you've ever thought is wrong. And that's just unfair.
I thought it was
it's dishonest.
I thought it was crazy that he told Kieran Dave, or he asked Kieran Dave, is it universal that you don't know that?
Yeah, like I think he even felt a little bit sheepish about that. It was like, no, because I'm not universal.
Yeah, because I'm not universal.
Like, I don't know what you want me to say, dog. I think
it's like he was following like strings of
Yeah.
argumentation to try and like debunk you, and then he asked that, and it didn't work.
he
It's
thought
almost
he
like
had
he was
me.
running an AI argument.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's a
ChatGPT.
super common tactic though. What he did there is it is a rebuttal that like PMARS uses. It's a rebuttal that Dawkins uses. It's a rebuttal that a bunch of presuppers use when someone says that's not true. The problem is,
I assume you mean Darth Dawkins, not
I'm
Richard
sorry.
Dawkins.
Yeah. Well, now we both got confused on that,
Just
right?
point of moderation, tacos. We hit a goal a long time ago
Go.
That's a fair point.
Who's gonna choose this song?
Let me get that reset real fast.
We should do the Reverend Dr. J. Money Esquire the third song. It's been forever.
True.
I've never got my head around the like God grounds morality, God grounds knowledge argument. That's never made any sense to me at all.
Well, and what's
I kept trying to ask what is grounding? What is it?
Exactly. It grounds the stuff.
It's when you have to go to your room and you can't play video games.
I don't even know because they're saying it exists.
It's
I don't
an
even know,
abuse.
dude.
It's an abuse of like something being required for something to emerge. It's just an abuse of that.
Curt, you're grounded.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
Literally.
That was just my attempt to subliminally
song do
get
y'all
Breakfast to play
want?
the bridge song.
The J Money song or the bridge song? Bridge songs.
Bridge based.
I haven't heard the J Money
Which
the
J
third
Money
Esquire Reverend song forever.
You're talking about like the actual like operatic song? Okay.
Yeah, the big like expansive one.
The 3-minute long one. Okay.
I just want to quickly ask.
Play it on 2 times speed, please.
2 times
No,
speed.
not the
That's
7-minute
funny.
J Money song. The short J Money song.
Oh, you mean like just his quote?
That's,
oh, wait, are there 2?
that's a song.
No, you're right. You're right. There's 2.
I mean,
I gotta go make another coffee.
and, what was it?
So no, quickly ask UG. You know the bridge song, UG, is the best part about it, that idiotic spinny hat.
No, the best bit is the lyrics. They're just like
The
wobble,
lyrics are
wobble,
fantastic.
wobble, wobble of doom or something like that.
Yeah.
We don't want a wobbly doom.
Yeah, wobbly doom.
And we don't.
So we
I
brace
do-
it.
I do remember when I first started working in my first architectural practice,
triangles.
we had
Triangles are the
a first architectural student come in, and it just reminds me of trying to. His name was Austin, and I remember like he was an architectural student, and like I remember the whole office was sat around him trying to explain the difference between tension, compression, and torsion in a structural element. And we're like, "You're an architectural student. We're like, how did you even get into university and not get these concepts?"
Is that the one you wanted? Is that the one you guys are talking about, or a different one?
I don't know.
Curt? Is that what you're saying, man?
The judge one. That one's the mean one, but do whichever one you want.
I wasn't. Shit.
You gotta
could
ground
just-
it in the ground.
You could just play the J Money quote for like
For Jack
Eli-
Talcott?
That's
well, the one,
fair.
yeah, that one because Eli needs it right now.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's true.
You have a Talcott one?
Eli needs a pep talk.
You doing? How you doing, man? Like I see what you're going through, man. I just came to chime in and tell you to hold your head. I know you from Taco's channel. You know what I'm saying? I see you going through a lot of this negativity stuff. People getting at you. People feel like it's okay to just take shots at you, take digs at you. You're supposed to just eat it all the time, and it's not supposed to bother you. Listen, you entitled to feel human and feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody knock you off your square. You know what I'm saying? No matter who it is, no matter where it's from, you know what's in your heart, bro. You're a good enough man with a solid head on his shoulders. I could tell. You know. Protect your peace, man. You have every right to do that. That's what I just came in here to tell you.
They're saying the one
That's a
from
good message.
the Freak's Trial. I don't remember which one.
Jazio. Oh my God.
Which one did I use in the Freak's Trial?
It was long, so you may not want to do it. You may want to do the bridge song.
Oh, I got you. I know which one it is. I know which one now.
Oh, Eli. I tried to help so bad.
Gotta
so
love 'em.
hard.
Well,
So
physics
hard.
is
I tried
different
to
on
help
the
him.
moon.
So, nobody on fire. The other thing, did you think he was endorsing necessitarianism?
He doesn't know what that is. he
That
can't
dude has
even.
no idea what he's talking about. Yeah,
He can't endorse or deny it because he doesn't know what it is.
he has no idea what he's talking about. It's hilarious. He thinks he's
Yeah, I think he
division
thought I was saying determinism, and like they're
Yes.
I don't even know
yes.
if they're even related concepts.
They are at least substantially different, but not
Yeah.
like I can see the reason you would think that they're the same, but it's, dude, I don't even know if he understands free will and determinism and compatibilism and
Oh, of
libertarian
course
free
he
will.
does. He's got God on his side. Come on, man.
He has
He has the
Okay.
divine knowledge.
Okay, you're right.
Right,
he's got it.
Josiel. So
You're right. You're right.
sorry.
He has the divine knowledge. He just hasn't accessed it yet.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Or
He's
he's
been
suppressing
selective
the
in his
truth and his unrighteousness.
Yeah,
It's
he's-
coming. It's coming.
He's been selective in his hearing from God.
Right.
Oh my God.
One thing I think is interesting is that he holds that revelatory epistemology thing, but also holds the line of like, you discover knowledge. And I'm sort of thinking to myself, like, wait,
That's weird.
didn't you like already get all the knowledge that matters? Like, wasn't it revealed to you? Or are you just like walking around
Also-
your mind palace fucking lost? What's up?
Okay, I want to know if I'm weird, because I literally am the kind of person who, if you say there's a God who created the universe and he knows all things and he wrote a book, that I would read that book and like want to know what was in it really badly. Am I weird that way?
Nope.
No.
No, what is that? Like you would be
Like, but he
predisposed-
believes the things that I said at the start, and then he's like, well, I don't really know much about the Bible.
Oh, that was brutal.
And
He was
I'm
like,
like-
I'm not, but like, remember, he said, in defense of himself not knowing the Bible, he said, well, I'm not solo scriptura or whatever the fuck that
Yeah,
word is.
right.
That's
I'm
like,
not solo scriptura.
yeah, like fuck those
There's
guys.
parts of the Bible I read that I understood and others that I didn't.
Like
I
he's
think nothing happens.
He's presupposing prior to reading the Bible that the Orthodox Church has the right outcome in mind without reading the Bible. So he's not even like testing the Orthodox whatever clergy or whatever the fuck.
I do think it's kind of funny that he said he was an HVAC technician, and I saw a video of Jay Dyer shitting on just that profession.
Oh,
Oh dear. That might need to be clipped.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I used to be one as
Hey,
well.
no
hate
disrespect to HVAC people.
Hell
They
yeah.
are
Important job.
the reason the population of the Southwest is not low.
My dad has been doing it all of his life, so
And now they're like getting all these data center jobs too. It's never been a better time.
yeah. Maybe I
Yeah,
can
if
come
it
work
were
with
me,
him.
respect.
If it were me, Curt, I'd want to know it in the original language. If it was that
Yeah,
important.
that's right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
give me the Hebrew, give me the Greek, and forget the English translation.
Yeah, exactly.
These people are so weird to me. Like what's weird is that he's like at least arguing for God, but then you have like Andrew Wilson who's like, well, just assume my worldview is correct, and then like this is why I'm right. Well, no,
Well, he
dude,
even-
we need to know
when
that's correct.
Well, nobody. When he was here having a chat with us, he was like, "No, I don't want to do the God not God debate."
Right.
Yeah, why would that be the case?
I mean, if you want to summon Andrew Wilson, you just got to say his name 3 times. He'll
I
pop
mean, I'll
up.
talk to him
He'll pop
about it.
up here. He's done it before.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
look,
weird.
I don't mind it. It's,
I felt like I could have gotten Eli to admit that rights exist as divine concepts, which I thought would have been funny, but I decided like not to go there.
Well, I just think Eli is so confused, dude.
Well, there's a group of there's a channel based in the UK called Society X, and they're mostly made up of conservatives, so they're my people. But I was trying to get them to understand the concept of a negative right, i.e., what humans like a right in the negative, i.e., what rights you have by virtue of the inaction of other people. And it was like banging my head against a fucking brick wall. It was
by conservative. Really... You mean Tories, not just
no. Like
politically right.
These guys aren't even reform. They've abandoned reform and they're now on to.
So they're far right. They're not.
Well, no, they're
conservative
not,
Tories.
Well, I would be careful with the use of the word far right. So, like, one of these ladies is literally married to a Nigerian man, a black man. Like, so to say that, like, the problem when you use the word far right, that does invoke.
Is that?
Like,
that implies.
I mean, I'm sure you could be a far right person and still marry.
No, what I would say is like the problem is when you use the word far right, that invokes like ethno-nationalism.
I gotcha.
And
I mean, we have.
We
have Jesse Lee Peterson, who is far right and is black.
We have JD Vance, the vice president,
who is an idiot. What's your point?
Also a racist,
and married to an Indian for a while.
I was like, damn, did I miss something? I didn't know JD Vance was black.
But just to be fair, Curt, I have no problem with using the word far right as long as I know what we're both talking about.
Yeah.
The
I
main
just mean like to the right of the Tories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Semantics will always be a problem.
Reform is the party that's to the right of the Tories, but there's a new party that's come out called Restore.
Oh, that's the Christian guy who thinks you can't be British without being Christian.
But he's not like a Westboro Baptist Christian. He's a Christian. It's like a Church of England Protestant Christian. He's not.
But he said like you can't actually be British without being Christian, which is so weird because that means King Arthur wasn't British.
Yeah, he's an ethno-nationalist. I wouldn't pay him much mind.
The problem that you've got is that
be careful with that kind of language.
He's scooping up all of the people that Reform have. How can I put this? So
the people
anybody who is pro things like remigration, for example, which is just a euphemistic term for mass deportations, then Restore have scooped up. And the problem is that because, like in the UK at least, like we were pretty homogenous up until like the late 90s, early 2000s, and we do have like a mass migration problem, and because it's essentially been ignored by all parties for the entirety of the last nearly 30 years, we've now got this like emergent political problem, and it is the case that the areas of the country have like massively culturally changed in people's lifetimes, like in a very short period of time. And really, when you look at like what the policies were, the manifestos that existed when it came to voting, like either people have actively voted against it or never voted for it. So there is a problem, but I don't think the solution to it is the likes of Rupert Lowe Restore, which is it is. Bearing in mind I am on the right wing in the UK, I don't say this lightly. It is a bit Nazi-esque. It is giving me the feelings of like early 1930s Germany here. I really
but center right in Europe is center left in the United States.
No, these are genuinely far right people, Curt.
Yeah. UK politics is pretty extreme these days.
It's become that way. They're brand new Restore, but they've got about.
It's just America
the vote at the minute,
getting terrible ideas into other countries that speak English is.
I hate that they're copying what's happening here. What's happening here is horrible, and other countries
we're definitely not copying what you're doing. We have our own
y'all.
Yeah,
there are countries.
Donald, don't worry about it.
I mean, it's not that new. I mean, I remember the 70s and 80s.
But let me put it this way, Donald. What's happening in the US cannot happen here. We don't have enough.
I didn't say it was. I never fucking said it was.
Yes, you did.
I said there are countries doing it, never y'all's country doing it. I never said y'all's country was doing it, dude.
Donald, you just said I can't believe they're copying.
You said that.
What's happening here?
I said I hate that there are countries copying the US. I never said y'all's country.
Donald, I wasn't
Yeah,
attacking
you did.
you. You can resheath your sword.
Fuck you,
Donald.
rewind the tape.
No.
Should I generate a picture of Harambe to calm you down?
I mean, Donald has a fucking head.
I mean, I heard him say it. I mean,
everybody I got to work tomorrow.
Not say
early,
y'all's
so.
country. I never said.
Jaws, is that a yellow liquid in a glass that you're drinking right now?
Yeah, it's zero sugar Mountain Dew that I put in a.
Sure, it is.
Sure.
You saw yellow rain and thought, I need to get me some.
It does look like you're drinking your own piss out.
I'm just recycling. Come on, guys.
You saw
yellow rain.
Let's get back to the real meat and potatoes here. I
gotta go to bed, but I had a good time, everybody.
I heard Donald say that. He said that with his chest.
Quick bit of health advice for Josiel. You need to hydrate more, my man. That is not a healthy color.
No, I promise. Oh, did Donald leave too? No, fuck. That was gonna be fun.
Yellow rain.
No, I promise. I'm drinking water too.
Can somebody like Donald? Don't get me wrong. I like Donald.
I love him,
but he does seem to be like hypersensitive. Like, is that just me? Or?
No, I had a mega bloodbath like within like my first.
Definitely not be using various slurs and stuff. It's definitely not cool. And
no, we agree.
Make sure they know, and we agree. And we make sure they know they shouldn't be using those slurs.
So he used,
but you're not wrong when you say hypersensitive.
But even me and Donnie, I mean Donald. So because
when you say that Donald is extremely hypersensitive and a whiny little bitch, you are not wrong. John, I agree with your words.
Yeah, I agree verbatim that you said that.
I didn't say he was a whiny bitch.
Thank you.
I believe that you said that. I know you said that.
You said that. You're speaking for all of us, John.
Yeah, you're saying exactly what we're thinking, bro. You got it.
Are you really gonna fight the whole panel on whether you said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, John, he's hypersensitive.
Hang on a minute. If we're gonna do this, let's go back to fucking safety labels. Like that. Let's do that. Let's not.
But wait, me and Donnie. I keep saying Donnie because I feel like he used to go by Donnie, but I know, like way back, like whenever I first joined this server, I mean not server, but the show. But Yeah, that's what he used to go by. Yeah.
No, that's a different person.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's a different.
But anyway, either way, I have had a bloodbath. I can go back and look and go back in Tacos' channel. I can go grab it. But me and him had a bloodbath before, me and Donald. And he freaked out. Like he had like a major freak out on me because he kept calling me a liar. I mean, he kept saying, I did not say that. And I ended up like going back in the live and clipping what he said. And Tacos let me show it up on stream.
I remember.
And it's
that.
like, yeah. The bro is a perpetual crash out.
Yeah, the first people I spoke to on the channel were Duck and Donald arguing with vegan gains. And I was like, this is brilliant.
Wait, you were there?
That's terrible.
That was the first time I spoke in the chat too, because I seen Vegan Gains was here and I wanted to talk to him.
Well, so Josiel, like when I was having a chat with Donald, I've had 2 long conversations with him now. One of which is when we were talking about where he made the claim that he could demonstrate everything that he believes, and I said that's a really strong claim. And I asked him to demonstrate love, and he gave the example of fMRIs, and then we veered off where he put a study in the chat, and the study in the chat was to do with neurology and critical literature, which at no point mentioned fMRIs, neurology at all. Like it didn't back up what he said. I literally, he was like, "Have you read it?" I'm like, "No, I've not read it." But because after I graduated in 2008, and then I was made redundant in early 2011, and then because my architectural degree has contract law modules in it, I went to be a contract manager for a company that did diagnostic imaging for the NHS. It was a company called Alliance Medical. So I'm very familiar with what fMRIs do and don't do. And all they do is track blood flow in the brain. And I was like, you can't claim that just because this area of the brain increases blood flow, that you know that a person is experiencing the emotion of love, because love is like the experience that we have is first person to us. We don't know that 2 people are having the same experience.
Just because somebody takes like a blue chew and gets an erection doesn't mean they're turned on, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, like you can elicit things chemically, but it doesn't mean that we know that we're experiencing the same thing. In the same way as like when you say you're experiencing a 7 on the pain scale, and I say I'm experiencing a 7 on the pain scale, that we're experiencing the same amount of the pain that is only relevant to us. And Donald,
I don't know what Spain's got to do with this,
but Donald he was very knowledgeable on the subject. Don't get me wrong; he could very detailed explain an fMRI. We were just like talking past each other in what we were talking about. I was talking about the first person experience, and you can't compare first person experiences with a fucking MRI. And he seems to think I'm some kind of substance dualist.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I had a discussion with him about ethics, but
well, the second conversation we had with Donald, we were trying to explain to somebody like Tacos was trying to deconvert them, and he was fundamentally misunderstanding like some principles around quantum mechanics. And Donald and I were both on board, like trying to explain these, like we were both pulling in the same direction. Donald was great.
Spill.
But like I can't, like he just seems to have, like, if he feels that he's been slighted or offended, or like there just needs to be the tiniest misunderstanding, and he goes off like a fucking bomb. Like,
yeah, like when
all right, guys, all right, guys.
I do like Donald. He's great.
I am going to end a little bit early tonight.
We're not talking about.
What's up?
I was just going to say, we're talking about Donald the Atheist, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I am going to end a little bit early tonight. I am kind of tired, and
just leave it running. We'll manage ourselves.
Jesus, is it something I said?
No. I'm just it's been a long week, dude. I've been streaming every day for months, except for like one or 2 days. Right? I need to go to sleep at some point. I don't get enough sleep, but. I've been going for 6 hours. That's all I got today, guys. This was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go to sleep. I will see you all tomorrow.
Good night.
And we'll probably stream for 12 or 15 hours tomorrow, and it'll be way too
Jesus.
Much.
Yeah.
That's
Got you,
how it
Tacos.
goes,
Thanks.
dude. You do a shorter day, and then you do a crazy day. It's wild. But
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries.
Just leave it running in the background. You go to
Yeah, that's
bed.
what I'm saying. We'll manage ourselves. We can do
This
it.
was maybe in the future, but I'm gonna go to sleep way early tonight. I'm kind of tired, but you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all this evening. I took Christmas Day off. Did I? Did I take Christmas Day off? I don't think I took Christmas Day off. I did take off one day though.
Yeah, make sure you're monitoring your Spain scale.
Oh yeah, you should get more vacation.